I don't know where this stupid dry cough is coming from. I don't talk all day at work, and yet I get this right before I stream. I do not understand. Anyway, hello. It is I, Dummy, Enigma. Hello. All right, let's go ahead and start our hellos. I see the bot has shown up first. Hello there, bot. Hello there, Rocky. Hey, what are you doing here this early? I see a Coyote. Bye, Coyote. I see Burr. Hi, Burr. I see Alec. Hi, Alec. I see Zed. Hi, Zed. And I also see Shadow starting weird roleplay with himself. Hi, Shadow. Anyway, hello, everybody. Hello. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. As is tradition, I will be talking about lore until you guys get tired and leave me. How are you today? Hey, Bubbles. Hello, hello. Hi, Ember. Hello, hello. Okay, I hope you're doing good today. You're doing good, just tired? I too am also tired. I had to fight a fucking computer system all day. Damn you, technology! Day here, lore. Yes, we are talking more lore today. Lore and world building. Because this is actually something I just authentically like to do. Like, all the time. Like, I definitely do world build as a hobby, not really, like, because I know a lot of people do world building for, like, you know, as a means to an end, being like, oh yeah, this is for my novel. I'm like, I just want to make a wiki. A very terrible wiki. That's all I want to do. I'll be making a terrible wiki. Oh, I'm slowly working on it. And stream has barely started. My eyes are already starting to be evil. Why? I think I've been kissed. Alright, let's see if I can take care of this. My model might look weird for a second while I deal with the eye issue. 1 second. Can't believe you're bonking me this early. 1 second. Ah, God, I hate this. Okay. I need to get some actual eye drops or something. Like, I probably should just invest in some eye drops. I don't even know why my eyes are so dry, honestly. Actually, I'm gonna just turn this on high. Anyway. Okay, Brad. Hello. Wait, Eldred's wiki of lore world building is genius. Yes, I've seen the chibi. I've seen it. You can stop spamming me now. But yes, I have seen the chibi. It is very cute. Thank you very much. Anyway, so like I was, because like the thing when I make world building, I kind of want to make it so that I can understand it, not necessarily so other people can understand it, just because I've already found out several times that there are some things people are just not going to understand about the world building, and I'm fine with that. It's fine. Here too, but the bunk wasn't me. And no, I saw. I was like, hey, Elliot, welcome in. But yeah, so the the thing is, like, because again, world building itself is the fun thing for me, and though it does make short stories in it very easy to do. Lore theory. Hi, Kippy. Thank you very much for the care combo. I stretch. I drank my tea, I guess, and my posture is somewhere. Oh god, that tea was hot. Anyway. But yeah, but I was working on some, like, pretty broad concepts, actually. I mean, I just wanted to, for selfish reasons, if there's an area I don't care about, I don't know anything about until asked. Like, oh, welcome out, Gibby. Like, that's kind of the way I am about it. There's gonna be some parts of my world that don't get much attention solely because I just don't care. You know? And headpad, yes. But like, for me, again, I just like the idea of just building worlds like this. Like, because the world I'm building is not just one setting, it's not just one country. Because I am an extra weirdo, it is literally a multiverse. A small multiverse, but still a multiverse nonetheless. Everyone should redeem Bonk. Oh boy, you're new. Everyone's gonna redeem it at some point. No, Kippy, Catboy Cafe is in this. It's in the lore. Catboy Cafe is in the lore. We've been over this. But yeah, Catboy Cafe is a part of the lore. It's not its own separate universe. It's in the same place. But But yeah, like, somebody's never gonna explain the Catboy Cafe lore. I already kind of did, actually. Like, the lore is literally a lady who basically won alchemy, figured out how to make sentient life, and she made Catboys. The end. That is the lore. Like, the lore is very simple. Yeah, Catboy Cafe, it's one of the comics I have. It's currently on the, like, hilarious infinite hiatus. But funny enough, I actually did do a little storyboarding for it, so I might start it sooner than you think. When? I'm not making any promises. Anyway. So you're learning alchemy now. Are you trying to replace me with another homunculus? Never! No, you're my favorite homunculus. I would never. Let's see, didn't come home from shopping. Damn. Okay, but Bubbies, what do you want to know about lore? I mean, I keep forgetting that's a thing. But what do you want to know specifically, I guess? but yeah. And the say-so board. Wasn't totally playing Warframe until I got here. I see. You kids in your Warframe. For Catboy Cafe, did you really just waste points on that? Did you just waste points on that? Really? Well, I guess, what do you want to know about Catboy Cafe? Like, what is the main part of your multiverse thing? The main part is... That is already in the trash. The main part is New Brightston. That is kind of the epicenter of where everything originates story-wise, but that is not where that's not where the worlds start. But most stories tend to start in New Brightston. Like right now, technically, like if you're to say, well, where is your character right now? My character at this office is technically in New Brightston. Oh come on, you got my eyeball. Stop. Please stop. Note to self, just get some flippin' eye drops. Jeez. I don't even know why they're so dry. Sorry, me and Maya are having a disagreement. Come on, man. Doesn't have to be like this. Just... You were fine all day. You were fine all day. Oh, I hate this. I just need some fucking eye drops. Anyway. Why is there a dragon in the bottom corner? That is technically a kobold, and that's Buko. He's a stuffed animal that I gave sentient life. That's it. Let's see. We're comfortable. We'll see. But it's the eyeballs themselves are evil. But yeah, so but yeah, that's Buko. He is my son. He used to talk, but he doesn't anymore because I don't know. It just kept breaking, and I was tired of people wasting their points for something that only worked like 20% of the time. Tried to remake the Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. Ugh. He's just sitting there. Menacingly. Yeah. Yeah. He's actually wired up to be TTS, but it literally just stopped working randomly, and I didn't want people to waste their points. I could try and turn it back on, but I'm telling you now, if you use TTS, it's gonna be a crapshoot. Hey, Dio, hello. But yeah, one thing I was like working on with my world building is making sure things had proper limits. Give him some honey, that'll fix him. Oh god. And say, that is my alchemy pocket pizza, I see. Well, actual alchemy is actually pretty interesting. I didn't use everything for my alchemy studies, because yes, I do study it. Don't worry, it's just because I find it fascinating. I'm not doing anything weird. But I do like a lot of the elements from it, so some of the stuff I did borrow for my setting. Just because I actually just do think, once you actually look at it and don't just rely on anime for it, it's really interesting. In my opinion. I'm still working on my rogue as a detective for D&D. Nice. Oh, so thank you for the care combo. Oh. Make a homunculus. No. And for those who are wondering, there are more alchemists. The main one I tend to have is Amelia, who is the one who created the Catboys. They're not homunculi, they are chimera. Anyway. Hello there, step with me, please. Hey everyone, daily reminder that you are all loved and I hope you have an amazing night. Thanks, step on me, please. BRB, have fun. But yeah, so I was some of these more sharper. You are loved. How dare you? Stop that. But yeah, the cat boys are actually chimeras. Because that is a thing in alchemy as well, and that's what they are. I don't know. Hi, Brave Beard. I keep wanting to call you Breadbeard. Anyway, hello, welcome in. Welcome back. So today I was like, do I feel like getting the chart? Well, no, the chart's not done yet. Because my magic for the world I'm making is based on elements, but not as concrete as you think. You know, like the Breadbeard would go pretty hard. It is I, Breadbeard, the bakery pirate. That'd be adorable, actually. I would love a little Breadbeard. Anyway. Excuse me. Actually, let me get the chart. I'm gonna get the chart. 1 second. So I can explain, like, this is not complete by any means. It is still a work in progress, but I will get the chart. 1 second. Wait. Why don't I just go to my other screen? What am I doing? Why am I doing this on this screen? Give me a second. I'm gonna go over there. Man, I'm dumb. Okay. So let me go, because I'm like, I keep forgetting I could just use Clip Studio for this. Damn, I'm stupid. But yeah, alchemy in and of itself is actually a pretty interesting study for, because it is legitly like just magic. It's just magical chemistry. That's what it is. Like at the end of the day, it's just magical chemistry. You know? Is it there? Yeah. Okay. I'm just getting my I'm getting my thing. Where did I put it? Because I made a chart I shared with someone a little bit ago, so I want to actually get it. Where are you? Where are you, chart? It's in one of these. It's in here, I think. I believe. Is that what I think it is? Let me just take a look at you bastards. Okay. Alright, found the chart. Oh, I was putting it in the wrong place, oh god! I'm a professional. Alright. This is the chart. I'll say proof bot, hello. It's just chemistry with a cooler name. It is. I think it still has the same root word as chemistry, though. I'm a little sad today. My audition didn't get into the screening phase of Vishojo. To be fair, a lot of people didn't, and it's perfectly fine. You know, like I'm gonna zoom in a second. Give me a hand. Give me a second. I'm trying to comfort Elliot. I'm trying to comfort my boy. But don't worry, Elliot. Like a lot of people didn't make it, but think of this as a learning opportunity to improve. You know, like focus on your brand and do better. And I believe in you. You can do it. All right, let's go. Here is the chart. So, this may look... Oh, wait, let me not use that. Go. Oh. Let's see. Okay. So, we're gonna enhance in a second. So, we're gonna enhance. Okay? The funniest thing about chemistry or engineering is the alchemists were right, but the reasons are the wrong reasons. Oh god. Also, hey there AJ, how you doing? Anyway, so when it comes to the elements, and again, I know this is a little dorky, but the thing I used is my brain mapping software, and it's very shitty, so big deal. Dang, that's a small chart. Yeah, it is. Charts, I hate charts too. Oh god. Oh boy. Fresh goes better, mentos Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life. Thanks, bud. Anyway. Well, even if you didn't have a webcam, I don't know. I don't think that matters as much as people think it does. I'll say the Rajanga hello. Anyway. Ah, yes, Techno Satan. Mentos is summoning Satan. Yeah, we have Techno Satan. He likes to show up with a Mentos name. Anyway. So the way now again, when it comes to the magic of this world, because I'm trying to make it so it's pretty stable. It still is a work in progress. I have not figured out everything yet, but all of the magic in the worlds I'm making are more or less based off of this chart. Mentos gives you to start fire in case of emergency. So it starts with basically light and dark. That's basically where everything originates, is separation into light and dark. There is a step before that, but that's not allowed to be on the chart. So everything starts with light and dark. So that's how it begins, you know, with that separation. And then there is further separation into the 4 elements. Yes, the 4 elements do not, they are basically connected, but not really. So they're like cousins. So let me get back up there. We're talking about Lua. Anyway, so the element of light separated into fire and air, and then the element of dark separated into earth and water. So that's basically what happened there. That makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. So, you know, I mean, sometimes, like Elliot, like sometimes it'd be like that. Like, the thing is, for anybody who applied for a Vishojo and, you know, didn't get like the email, and even if you did, don't tell me. The thing is, there's a lot of little things that would have knocked people out of the running. Like, if you admitted in like a public area, especially Twitter, that you auditioned, that's an automatic strike for you. Like, that's the thing. If they literally just scroll your Twitter and you said, like, the fact that so many people literally just replied to or retweeted the audition thing, and then they said, I'm applying, wish me luck. That was the easiest way for them to rule people out, which is something that happens. You know, I'm gonna grab a coffee. Okay, have fun. Excuse me. And so people need to understand, if you apply again for any, actually, if you apply for any VTuber company, do not tell anybody. Do not. Because the reason, it's a very, very simple test that not everybody, but it's a simple test that so many people failed. It was ridiculous. One of the biggest things is don't tell anybody you're applying, because they need to see, can you keep a secret? Can you not just reveal shit when you're excited? But if you say, I applied in a public forum, they know you can't. That's something as simple as, don't tell anybody you apply. You can say it afterwards, sure. Like after they made their choices, that's different. But during the selection process, if you said that you were applying, that would have automatically knocked you out of the running right there. And so many people did that, you know? I saw everyone who was like, I applied, wish me luck, and felt bad. Yeah, I felt so bad for them, you know? Like, you have to be able to not say anything when you're excited, because it's easy to keep a secret if you don't care. But if it's something you're excited about, that's what they're worried about. So if they have any upcoming collabs, if they have any upcoming projects, they need you to be able to not spill the beans. And if you can't keep something as simple a secret as your audition, they can't trust you with anything, you know? That's exactly why I told other people when it started, yeah. And it's so sad that so many good people just literally just threw themselves out of the running with just that, especially the bigger VTubers. I'm like, what, y'all know better, what y'all doing, you know? But just remember, if you apply for any VTuber agency, not just for Shoujo, please do not tell anybody you're doing it. And also, thank you very much for the hydrate. I'm drink my tea. Ugh. Anyway. But yeah, so if you did actually say it, especially on Twitter, that is one reason why you weren't even considered. You know? Elliot, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. You're like, what? You're not even that old. Calm down. Like, yes, you messed up, but it's okay. This is not a one and done deal. Unless VShojo literally dies in the next year, you'll have another chance. And take that, instead of like giving up and being upset, take this time to be like, well, what can I improve on? Because nobody who applied was perfect. All right? Nobody was perfect. All right? Like, that's the thing. If you end up just wallowing in self-pity from something as small as this, you wouldn't have made it in the company anyway. You know? So just take this time and opportunity to hone yourself, you know? Which improves. Like, everybody has stuff that they can improve on. You know, whether it be getting better at editing, getting better at, you know, public, like, speaking, you know, upgrading equipment, anything. There's always something to improve on. Hell, I need to improve on shit, you know? And it's gonna be fine, you know? Plus, who's to even say that, like, VShojo is gonna even be the only, like, company worth joining? More and more companies are slowly changing to the format of letting you keep your IP. It's slow because it's not the standard, but it is something that is slowly happening in the industry. In fact, I would not be surprised if companies actually do that from the get-go. Just be like, you know what? We're just gonna let you keep we're gonna let you bring your IP and keep your IP. You know? Have fun, Bubbles. My goal next year is to move. Ooh, me. I got nothing to improve, especially when it comes to being humble. Yeah, sure. You're great, Rocky. But yeah, so just don't give up on yourself, and also don't consider yourself a failure if you didn't get into VShojo. Like, the other thing people need to understand is it's a corporation still. Just because it looks like it's fun, like it's a club, doesn't mean it's not corpo as hell. Like, corporations are no joke. Like, VShojo, like, the thing is, and there's also other things they look at. They don't just look at your video in a vacuum, you know? Sometimes, again, they look on your Twitter before they even check out your video, you know? They basically see that, has this person denounced the US government? Like weird shit like that. It's also the first time they had done an open audition. Technically, I'm about to put my glasses on. Wait. Technically, this is actually their second one. They've only done one in the previously, and that's where they got Haruka. That thing was a clusterfuck, and they literally it was a drama happening at the time, because if you think about it, and this is my personal conjecture, I don't think the auditions were supposed to just be for one person, because, like, the way they recruit people is usually the one-on-one. It's just Haruko was a very interesting situation where she probably could have joined without doing the audition, but she had self-esteem issues at the time where she felt she wasn't worthy, so she wanted to shoot her shot. That's fine. I saw her audition video. I would have chose her too. Like, her audition video inspired me to be like, man, if I ever fucking apply somewhere, I'm gonna do that. Excuse me. Like, because think of it this. Audition videos are also very weirdly secretive. So even when people have failed to get in somewhere, they don't know what the company's fucking looking for, which is the worst shit ever. I hate when companies are just trying to blindly get people. I don't like that. You know? Let me be real, getting into VShojo doesn't actually change much. Most of the people that got in were already successful before they got in anyway. Pretty much. Haruko is the obvious choice, not gonna lie. Like, she is. And that's the thing. Keep in mind. I want y'all to keep something in mind, okay? The other issue that, not issue, but the other thing about VShojo is they need to be cohesive there. This is not like, you know, Niji Sanji or Hololive, where they can literally just take random people, put them together, and you just gonna have to be with your coworkers now. VShojo is completely different when they operate. They want someone who's not going to be a weird little drama llama. They're going to want someone who's going to be at least social enough to work with their group, because they're so freaking small. All of these factors are in there, and yes, most of the people that they did bring on are people who were already popular But they're also people who are already talented. These are people who've already done the work. People who shit on Haruka need to stop, because Haruka worked hard. And this poor girl, she's been through some shit. She's been through some shit. But she still worked hard. She's not some nepo baby that literally paid her way to the top and then got into Bishoujo. She worked hard. She became friends with her own freaking charisma. Of course she'd get in there. It's not even about nepotism so much as it's like, she's actually done good when she's been in there. People love her. So people need to stop being a dick to Haruka. God damn. I hate it. Not to be a negative Nancy, but the main part about the applications is that also a very big advertising stunt. Because they get a fuck ton of attention regardless of the results. They do. It was actually a very smart idea. Sorry for making this massive divergent in your lore. No, it's fine. I can go back to it easily. I said this to someone that Bishoujo focuses on people who are experienced streamers. Exactly. Yeah, all the people saying that it's Zen's friend contest is bullshit. It is. You know? But again, these are people they want to make sure, like, when they bring them in there, that they're not going to basically end badly. You know? Because they've already have controversy with that. They already have controversy of not quite being friends, and they don't want to deal with that again. So yes, if one of their friends applied, or if it's someone who they're like, they might have met and it's like, actually, this person would be really great. Like, I'm going to give you an example. If I were to apply, they tell me no. You want to know why? It's number one, it's actually more because how would I gel with them? Me being easily motion sick actually super limits what I'm able to do. You know? It's serious. Like, it doesn't matter if I have a bit of a following. I would be really hard to work with. It's not because of my personality, but because of my ability. In a sense, I'm basically gamer disabled. You know, and the thing is, most of Bishoujo are gamers, so it'd be kind of weird. Like, yes, they do have like some members who only show up like once in a blue moon, and I don't actually know why she's still included, but whatever. Doxing herself every 2 seconds, but whatever. You know? It's the I am great friends with my charisma. I got 14. Let me get in Bishoujo. Yeah, just bribe your way in. Oh my god. Like, it's a small being that sits in a cage and again hides from me. Oh boy. But like, Maz, who hasn't done any streams due to anxiety until recently. Like, that's the thing, Elliot. You need to kind of work at your own pace and refine yourself in a way that works for you. Because this is something I've learned as well. I just can't do half the shit most VTubers do. You know? Also, you're the type of person to complain about not getting and you're the last person you wanted. Oh god. Oh, the reason I'm still not a PNG tuber, lol. But yeah, for me, it's like, you know, like, if anything, like, you know, I'm not gonna say that. But the point is, that's something that people have to consider. Are you a right fit for the company? You know? It's because what if they just let in some random person that nobody knows? And this person turns out to be, number one, a fucking drama tuber in disguise, because they know it gets them attention, or B, you know, like fucking sexist or something, or like one of the many phobics or something. They already still have to deal with the transphobic issue, you know? They're not transphobic, but they keep getting accused of being transphobic because of BSery, you know? Like, there's all that. So don't think that you are not worthy of like success because a company did not choose you for the job. Because it's still a job. It is. Like, it's still a job. Like, I'm pretty sure whoever they chose is someone who's going to be juggling many hats, as it were. They're going to probably pick somebody who's not just talented in entertaining. They're gonna probably pick somebody who can fucking edit their own video so they don't have to pay them, or so they don't have to pay extra for an editor. They're probably gonna choose someone who doesn't have a job, so they can focus just on streaming when they want them to. You know, again, I don't know if like people in Bishoujo have actual like jobs or not. Maybe they do, I don't know. But they're probably gonna choose someone who doesn't actually have employment or already probably makes a living off of streaming or doesn't have to, you know, who has a very flexible schedule. That's more than likely who they're gonna choose. Yes, entertaining is one thing, but they also have to like fit the rest of the fucking job too. You know, they're probably gonna choose someone who doesn't have kids because of how disruptive that is, you know, to a stream. Not even because of the parasocial thing, but like, and I love children, but they be disruptive as hell to streams. You know? Not to mention, these shoujo has a hate them. So they have to keep the safety of their streamers in mind. Like, all of that stuff they have to keep in mind. But everyone just thinks, I want to be in the one that's not Niji Sanji, and then they just get sad. I'm like, stop it. Not to mention, also, you're more likely to get in if you're a girl. Just, there's that. There's also the, if you're a girl, you're more likely to get in there. So if you're a presenting dude, you have the biggest negative to your score. Getting shoujo gets you 2 things more than anything. The spotlight because you got in, and connections that the company has. Everything else is still on you. Yeah, pretty much. Not to mention, I still think this is a way for them to internally, and this is my personal thing, is I also think this is a way for them to just discover more talents and more VTubers without having to go to the hard work of trying to figure out who the hell these people are. Think of it. They're like, wow, our like collab pool is getting a little stale. We need to get some new blood in here. Ooh, wait. What's the easiest way to get the names of people who might be entertaining? Like, this is a little underhanded if you ask me, but also pretty ingenious that this is also what they end up using it for. I wouldn't be surprised if random people start getting emails saying, hey, do you want to collab with a shoujo? Obviously, not people who are angry if they got rejected. This is such an interesting litmus test if you think about the VShojo auditions, because if they're smart, they would definitely use this as a way to get more, to just expand their network pool. Like, if they were, like, I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to do that, you know? Specifically 2 kids going into the room their mom is dashing in there. Sigh. Oh boy. I would love to see a Vishonen. Like, here's my hopes for Vishojo. 1, they get more dudes. 2, they add more people of color. I know it's a pipe dream for the last one, but oh my god, I would love just one. I know they're gonna take all the N-word abuse, but just one black person, please. They could even be biracial. They could even be like 1/4. I don't care. It's fine. I'll take it. 1 drop rule. It's fine. I'm going to hell. Hell, Lord. Doesn't help with the audience members. Honestly, Dio, like, you honestly just need to work on yourself, buddy. Like, you can't be like, you know, barely existent and then just be like, no one likes me. You're a very likable guy. Stop it. You're not the worst. Like, remember, I know bad people. You are not bad people. Stop it. Get some help. What's the next agency? I think Idol's doing it, but I don't only take girls right now. I invest to research with my team of twinks. Oh boy. I think Avalon is like another one that actually hires specifically dudes, so you can look at them. Honestly, what I recommend, if you are interested in getting into an agency, just literally look up how to audition for an agency, or look up advice from people who already, specifically people who are already in agencies. Please do not trust the advice of someone who's not even in a fucking agency. But if someone's already in an agency, they would give you the best advice. That's a good reason why a few VShojo members are former members of other agencies. Exactly. V-Senin, oh my god. It'd be so great. Excuse me. Let me get the boy you antagonize. Oh god. Hey there, Dr. Jack. Hello. How's everybody? This is my first stream. Watch Semi joining this server. Also, it's currently 5 a.m. and I'm running on fumes. Please go to sleep. Which male only agency? I think it's Avalon. There one. I don't care for agencies, but I do like the idea of being a part of it. Like, that's the thing, actually. Okay, so first of all, I am one of the few people who like corporate bullshit, but I also just, at the end of the day, I just want a nice, comfortable group I could just always rely on to hang out with. Never because my chemistry class starts at 7. God damn it! At least take a nap, honey. Oh my god. I have a lum. L-U-M. Sorry, I laughed at the whole ejaculation thing. Anyway. Is he in before I get... Before I get in all hollow stars and start flirting with shit? Okay, no. 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 Umbra, you are not allowed to take Shinri from me. How? You are not allowed to NTR Shinri from me. You bastard. You can't NTR. You can't do that to me. You can't take my man. For legal reasons, I must say that Shinri is not my man. Had an afternoon nap. Okay, I see. You can live through me. No. I want to live through myself. Leave my comforting man alone. I'm gonna incorporate stuff because in some cases, since it's fun to be a part of a friend group, like if I had the ability, I would just make a freaking VTuber group. That's it. But I don't think I don't have the ability, and I kind of don't trust people sometimes because, like, I don't think no offense, but I don't think my pool of people that I immediately have like access to would be a good idea. Not to mention, I also don't know how much we can mesh as a group because I don't do group collabs very often. I should, but I don't. I should do group collabs more often because I'm like, ugh, I need to learn how to get along with people. Damn. Yeah. Anyway, but long story short, TLDR, you're not a bad VTuber if you didn't get chosen by Shoujo. Wear a tie more often, take a shower, wear cologne, and also get a briefcase. Let's go back to my lore. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. We start with, like, we have the beginning, and then we have the light and the dark that separate into fire, air, water, earth, respectively. They were doing group collabs, oh boy. Oh, we'll figure it out. Anyway, as I drink water. Oh, so you see one thing that's actually missing from this? Good and evil. Good and evil does not exist on this frickin' list. Because, number one, those are hard as fuck to define. They are, I swear to God. I'm like, there is no good and evil on this list. There just no. Semi is not gonna play a horror game because number one, I might be too motion sick to get scared, and number two, I'm just really bad at games. Hello there, disabled gamer. Welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Eldritch Dagger Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Yeah, good and black good and bad is actually just really stupid and I hate it. You can backseat me. Oh boy, we'll see. Wouldn't good and evil be hidden behind light and dark? Actually, no. The reason why I don't have light and dark equal good and evil is because, number one, my theme is bigger than that. All right? Because light all the time is not good. Imagine, because think of it this way. If you have nothing but sun and never rain, you know what that's called? A drought. And a drought is bad. You know? Same thing if you have eternal darkness but no light. Then everything dies due to lack of vitamin D. You know? Light could be evil because the light character is gullible. But yeah, no, it's more than that. Player characters can be using light like holy magic, but the user can be really evil like a priest. Yeah, pretty much. Where do I fit in this chat? I don't know. In this chart? I don't know. I guess in the darkness? I don't know. But what is it? Or a necromancer who just wants to bring families back together. Alright, Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light endings, fair enough. But yeah, so this is just the basis of just two, light equals good is very, if you want that for your world, that's fine, but for me, it is too limiting just because the sheer amount of light beings that could be evil. Anyway. So and again, the reason I have light and dark is to separate the elements. For example, light and air could not come from darkness. You know? They cannot. Because darkness is the lack of light, but it's also heavy. You know? What does my badge look like? You don't have a badge. Ow. Excuse me. This isn't a morality chart, it's an element chart. Yes, it's an elemental chart. Yes. I feel like my character would break the element thing. He's a creature of darkness, literally able to wield light as an engine. Okay, first of all, that is not how the chart works. Let me get to the rest of the chart. Like, we're focusing on the light and dark a little too much. We gotta go to the rest of it. It's not the. This is like looking at ingredients. It's like, ah, yes, the flour means I can destroy cupcakes. No, that's not how this means. The ID badge from the front desk. Oh, it has it's a regular badge. It's a black badge with your face on it. Yeah, it's a black badge, but it has a little square for your face. How do we get your photo? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so when you separate the light from the dark and you get the 4 elements here, the elements can cross. So if you basically combine fire and air, you get lightning. If you combine air, not wind, air and water, you get mist. And then if you combine wood, if you combine water and earth, you get wood. And if you combine earth and fire, you get metal. So that's basically how my chart works when it comes to the further elements there. Let's see, let's not look at the light and dark. Let's go stare at the shades, the shades and the grays. There you go. So if people spray me with water, I grow into a tree. Depends on, like, it depends. But technically, yes. Because if we go further, a little bit further out, wait, hold on. I just realized how that could be interpreted. Rocky Bean sus. The book says I should bake the cookies for 25 minutes on medium heat, but instead it's high for 5 minutes. So, again, these are like just kind of basics, but again, they do expand farther than that. So we're gonna start at one element at a time because it's too complicated otherwise. So we're gonna start on fire first. Technically, all of this, let me get my thing here. I'm gonna use an easy color to spot. We're gonna use this red color. Oh, that's thick. Okay, so we're gonna concentrate right here for now. All right, we're gonna focus on one element at a time. So, I just want to say, so Rock, are you? See, if you combine earth, wind, fire, you the 21st night of September. I'm done. Oh god. And I've been say-so'd yet again. That is my fate. So we're gonna zoom in here. Yes, it looks pixelated, but it's fine. So when you get fire, what is derived from it is ignition, which is basically the start, the spark, basically if you want to start something. This also is where the realm of purification is. So there's a difference with, if you basically, for example, if you want to purify which, yes, evil does exist in this world, but not in the elemental chart. But let's say you want to, like, exorcise a ghost that's been haunting, like, little Jimmy and has been trying to convince little Jimmy to steal from the cookie jar. You would basically use a type of element of fire to do it. You know? That's basically the avenue you would use to do a actual purification spell, which spells are complicated, but that's just the easiest way for me to put it for now. So if you want to purify something, you wouldn't use, you wouldn't use wood for it or something. If you want to basically purify something, basically get rid of all but the original thing, you would use purification. So, and that would be through fire. Can certain elements help strengthen another element, like air helping fire by oxidizing it and drying potential fuel? Actually, yes. That's why the elements themselves are separated, but you can use them to enhance as well as weaken each other. That is something that can actually happen. In fact, more complicated spells use a combination of different ones depending on the type of effect you get. Me realizing how strong I am in Semi's lore. Oh boy. So, like I said, if you want to basically start something, so if you want to begin a spell, you usually start with a type of fire element to it, whether it be a fire rune or some type of or basically starting a fire, stuff like that. So that's basically how you would start things. And then also fire represents the soul, so if you have to deal with anything soul based, it is actually through fire as well. including taking people's souls out. But anyway, moving on. So next, we're gonna just move this over here. So, and again, if you want to start over, you would use that. So next, we're gonna go over here. Whatever. So next, we have air. Now, air can basically, also hello there, Dean to Ripley, welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma, I'm an Eldritch Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Also, hi, you started with hello, welcome in, welcome in. So basically, the fires being the start of intelligence is starting to use, the start of using magic, I presume? Technically. Again, this is something that is going to go along with many different types of magic, so it's not just straight up the element also has a representation, but it's not just like, oh, like I have to use fire specifically. Like, for example, let me go back to fire right quick. So for example, if you like, basically these things are technically interchangeable. So for example, if you don't have actual physical flame, you can just you can basically substitute your soul for it, or a soul for it. So sometimes when it comes to this type of magic, using a soul would work instead of just actually making a physical fire, if that makes sense. So this is, and also this is kind of where most people start, is most people's like magic kind of originates from the soul, hence fire. Will this be on the magical chart exam, Miss Semi? Yes, it will. Take notes. Okay, so moving on. Cute. So now we are over to air. So air is the mind as well. So basically this is your concentration, your mental spells, stuff like that. It's basically used for also reinvigoration. So air is really good at enhancing other things. So that's basically like the realm of air is basically used for that. It's basically helping to focus things, to make things concentrate, so to kind of get things to condense down better. That is basically what air tends to be used for. It's not as popular as the other elements, but it's one of the most important because, again, anybody who relies on their mind a lot will need a lot of air energy in order to basically make that work. So that's basically how that goes. Would you use your soul by using your energy as in stamina or the soul's life force? Sorry for the delay. No, it's fine. Basically, your soul, your life force are basically the same thing. They are tied to one another. So you basically, if you use too much of the fire or your soul, you will die. Which is why they usually kind of use it to start things, but they don't really, or to either use it to start things or to activate things. But they don't try to use too much of it because, again, this one's kind of tied to your life. But again, air is, and again, this is air, not wind. There's a difference. This is basically tied to your mind. So any type of mental spells would be under here. All right. Zoom back out again. Yeah. Also, this is when you start getting, basically, this is when spells start to get complicated. Because once you enter basically into the water element, that's when you start being able to do more complicated things, such as concealment. So if you're going to hide anything from somebody, that basically halfway between water and air is basically where you would start doing that. So you have to start off with fire to another element, more or less. Like, again, like, usually the fire element is always present, but sometimes it's very small. It's literally like a spark sometimes. So most people just do it on, the fire element is kind of unconscious for a lot of people, where you just kind of do it. Because again, it's just kind of the way to start. It's like snapping, you know, once you like get the initial start, that's it. It could be as small as a microsecond. Anyway. So now we get down to water. Water is where things start to get a little bit complicated. Oh, I gotta fix something actually. Come here. Anyway, so yeah, like flint and steel, yes. So once you get to water, because this is when again the darkness basically starts. What? So when you get to water, this is basically when you can start using anything that is concealed, because basically it's past the mind of air, so you can actually start using concealment at this point. So when it comes to this is where you can use things to alter, unlock things, because basically water is often used to basically restore things to what they were, as well as to you can also use water to reveal things as well, and you can also use it to unlock things. That's basically water is one of the elements that tends to undo all the other elements, especially fire. That's also why it's the opposite of fire. It tends to like get in the way of things. So water is like a really big one for a lot of people because it is used to alter or change magic a lot of the time. So a lot of things that are liquid, like potions are technically a part of the water element because they do altering of some sort. So that's like a big example of the water element is things like potions, because it'd be liquid. So if it's liquid, it's regardless of whether the liquid is acid or just water, it would still just be under the water element because of its viscosity. And it's also where blood is. So if you're doing anything like blood, ink, this would be under the water element as well. So if you have any spells that use these, this is where this stuff would basically be derived from. It do be liquid. It do. So that's basically kind of how the water element would work. So that's another way to kind of keep track of things. Is that, like, is it a gas? Then it's air. Does it explode? It's fire. So is water closest to darkness because when it gets deep enough, light can barely pierce through? Yeah. And also water can extinguish fire, so it can douse the light. So that's another reason why it's basically where why darkness split into water. So that's basically, and also water does help with flexibility. So for example, if you make a spell to capture a creature, but you don't want it to frickin' die, but you just want to capture it alive, you would instill some water energy or water element into it to make it more flexible so it doesn't try to nuke something. And most people tend to use like blood or some type of other liquid, like nectar or whatever. So that's the other thing about it, is that water is really good at basically adding to the next element afterwards. Most people tend to use water and earth together a lot because they make such a secure combination. Next. Wood. So we got wood. And so the earth element is the one that is also super important to instill in anybody's magic. Basically, earth is stability. So if you want so I explained to someone earlier, I hereby call upon my spell of capturing narcotic. Oh my god. Yes, wood makes a guest appearance. So I said, for example, let's say you want to make a spell that that locks your door, for example. Like, if it doesn't have enough earth energy in it, it's gonna basically do a one and done. So if you want any type of spell that lasts more than just once, you need to instill some earth element in there. And this is like the body / flesh, bone, whatever. Pretty much anything solid. Excuse me. So, but this is like most things that are traps have a lot of earth energy in them. So whether that, and I'm talking about not just like, you know, because the reason I kind of started this chart is I didn't want people to think that only metal had to be used. Metal is metal is still a part of earth, technically, you know, earth, water, making dirt element. Oh boy. Anyway, but the thing is, even when it comes to, like, for example, clay or mud, like, if you have too much water, it's going to be basically like useless. But if you add more dirt, aka earth, to it, it makes it more stable and long lasting. I was about to ask about metal. We're getting there. So anyway, so yeah, and this is where structure is. So basically this is where you make stuff that's basically, if you want to use magic that is very temporary or one and done, you tend to want to use a lot of air just so you can just kind of get it one and done and that's it. But if you want something that's going to last, hence why most magical items, things like that, tend to be made of things that have earth element in them, whether that be metal, dirt, rocks, crystals, or I don't know, clay. But if it doesn't have enough earth element in it, it will break apart. So the more it has, the more sturdy it is. But if it is too solid, it will basically be too difficult to deal with unless you have a lot of water energy. Anyway. This is a structure, so like, for example, in the city of New Brightston, a lot of the buildings are actually made with a lot of earth energy, so that way when magical shenanigans happen, they don't just collapse automatically. Okay, but with the metal steel thing, wouldn't fire be required to mold it to specific purposes? You're thinking too literally. You're thinking too literally. Anyway. Because again, just keep in mind, these are like metaphysical properties. I'm not talking about like, you know, because then you'd be like, well, where does plastic go? You know, like that's not what I'm talking about. It's like I said, we're not trying to be too literal with these. These are just kind of general examples. To explain how the soul works, the more you use, the more you will die. So do not use the barrier. Do not use barrier moves a lot. Exactly. Because again, these are like, and again, all this is basically contained inside of every living being and some inanimate stuff too, actually. But basically everything that exists has these things in there. Because again, like, for example, if you do have a metallic, like, if you do have like metal, yes, you do have to use fire to temper it, but that's just tempering the earth energy in it. It's not necessarily like, you know, because again, if you take fire and, because if you take fire and earth, that's where metal comes from. So of course you need fire for that, you know? But at the end of the day, you do want it to have more, you want it to have more earth energy in it than fire, or else it's just gonna melt and it won't do you any good. That makes sense? I'll be paying attention, class. I wish I had one of those little pointer sticks. Anyway. So, but yeah, so most traps and stuff like that tend to be made of these. This is what armor, obviously. So if you want any type of protective spell, you are going to want to use a lot of earth energy for it if you want to protect against other things, like other spirits and stuff. So now the thing about a lot of this, there's no insta death here. Like, there's no insta death being like, yes, well, I'm a rock elemental, and you know, if I use, like, I don't know, if I punch Paper Dan over there, he's gonna die out of no. I'm ironically paying attention to this more than my actual class. Damn. Wait, are you in class right now? You're in class. Anyway. Back to what I was saying. But yeah, and again, this is the body. So if you want to do any type of body enhancement, were you describing Rocky? Yes. Yeah, Paper Dan's dead. Damn. Rip Paper Dan. In more than one way. Let me stop. I'm going to hell. Anyway. So. No, but I should be preparing for it because it starts in an hour. Oh, damn. Get ready for class. Anyway. But yeah, so that's basically how the earth energy works. And then when you get to metal, that's basically when it's transitioning back to fire, which means that's when things start all over again. Also, if you need to do any type of revealing, so for example, if the mist is where stuff gets concealed, if you need to basically remove any type of illusions or whatever, this is actually the stage where you'd have to pull from. Hey there, Joey, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, to answer made me laugh a little. You gave me some happy happy noise. Okay. But if I go to board chemistry class, I'll miss the magical lords. You can just watch the VOD. You can just watch the VOD. You can just watch the VOD. But anyway, So, but yeah, this is basically kind of the way the world more or less functions. Again, there is going to be more to it, obviously, because there's also the stuff that happens or that basically takes place outside of this. This is basically when things are balanced. There are some things that exist that go wrong and fuck up the chart. You know? Class is temporary, Steam streams eternal. Oh god. One second, I gotta move my chair. Again! Ah, I hate this. So, anyway, does anyone have questions? Now that I explained how this works, I'm just imagining someone's gonna ask me, like, so how do I break the chat? Oh lord. Well, have fun. You're gonna go play with your cousins. Okay, bye. Bye bye. Have fun. Tell your cousins I said hi. Or don't. I don't know. Maybe. Alright, hop off now. Y'all have a good time. Before I go, the husbando thing in the server, is that for VTubers only? Can I put my character picture in there? Yeah, as long as it's not an IRL photo of anybody, I'm fine. That's something somebody else made. I don't really even look in there. So where does the hammer come into the equation? Earth energy. Because it is a physical object, it's more than likely going to be in the earth or metal, which is going to be it's going to be basically lower left, more than likely. If it doesn't break immediately, then it's basically has way more earth energy in it. Yep. Any other questions, class? This is my life. I need to get, like, I also worked on, like, mage families today, which was very fun. I'll probably go over that next. I'm gonna draw something out of the stream, I swear. I just don't know when, and you don't either. Well, technically, I do have an art program open, so it technically counts as art, doesn't it? I drew something. I drew the square. But, I'm gonna go once I'm done making my character's lore. I'm gonna go now. Bye. Okay, have a nice day. Have a nice class. Bye. Anyway, so excuse me. So I'll give some let's see. Learning how fire represents the soul reminds me of my lore. The four elements each helped shape mortals. Earth made flesh, bone and bone. Water made blood and life, and air made breath and mind, and fire made the soul and warmth. Yeah, pretty much. Like that's why I kind of want that's why I added the more metaphysical things there, because I didn't want people to think that, oh, I literally have fire spurting from my hands, and therefore magic is limited to fire spurts. That's not what I meant at all, you know? Like, for example, a lot of necromancy is either closer to the earth elemental if they're only dealing with the body, or it's closer to fire if they're dealing with the soul. Most ghosts are technically fire. Yeah, they're technically mostly fire, element-wise. So that's because most ghosts are just, like, even though people don't think that way because ghosts are quote-unquote cold, that's not what we're talking about. It's not about the temperature, it's about the properties. I cast hammer, prepare to meet God, oh lord. Yes, delicious fire. Which is why, like, and the thing is, ghosts themselves are basically just the souls of people left behind who have not been superfied yet. Yeah. But again, there are some variations to this. Welcome to New Brightston, where the ghosts are fire. Well, funny enough, I always imagine them more as fire than as, I don't know, how do people imagine ghosts? As air, I guess? But they're technically closer to the fire side of things. Because they, depending, obviously. Like, there's some variations, obviously, but for the most part, they're closer to fire than they are to anything else. With a little bit of air in there. Yeah, they're ethereal. They're not dark. Ghosts are actually not dark. They are not on the dark part of the spectrum at all, because they are dead. They no longer have the dark element to keep them bound to a body, so they are not on the dark side at all, funny enough, because again, they're dead. So zombies, though, zombies are firmly in the earth water category. They're basically wood. Zombies are closer to wood because of the but they're kind of a bit more on the outside. Damn, what part of the autism spectrum are they on? Oh god. But yeah, but this is basically for that. See, that's why only revenants in my lore are fire aligned. The rage in their soul is so great that it brings them back to life. Ooh, that's interesting actually. That is so cool. And again, this is the chart for my setting. If you have something different for your setting or your backstory, for your OCs or for yourself, that's perfectly fine. You do not have to bend yourself to obey this chart. Now, if you want to be in my specific setting, then yes, you do. But if you're like, actually, in my world, I do things this way, that's fine. As in, they're literally on fire. Can we toast marshmallows on them? I want a toasted ghosty marshmallow. I want a toasty ghosty. I want a ghosty toasty. That'd be cute. My 10-tailed kitsune, I'm gonna turn them all the spectrum. Excuse me. But yeah, this, because I didn't completely do it yet, but I did incorporate a bit of the Eastern elements in here too, because the Eastern elements do not have air. The closest they have is ether, but that's like the invisible one. They're basically fire, water, earth, or stone or whatever, wood, and metal. That's basically the Eastern elements. They just don't have air, and I think it's because I don't even know why, they just don't. But like this also incorporates that as well. That's also why I kind of put it in the way I did. But yeah, I'll give an example of someone who kind of like someone who kind of uses this, or how somebody would use something like this. So for example, we have Beatrice Reed. She is on the Reed family. The specialization for their family is they use magic script. So basically they have to speak or write their spells. There's no in between. They know they cannot use thought magic. They cannot just think of a spell and have it work. They have to use actual word to do it. So for her, for example, she's the most powerful in her family, so she uses ink, which is water, and she uses paper, which is wood, but she's not quite to earth, so most of her spells are very temporary. Wood magic! Yes, she uses wood magic. Her entire family does, but she is the strongest because she has actually... Now, this is something that it's very hard to do when you're a mage, because again, I do have limits, but she managed to basically unlock like a special path just for her. She's the only one in her family that can do this, which for her, she has the ability to memorize any spell that she has seen. So it's like, and it's because it is done magically, this is something like if her eyes look at it, she will automatically be able to remember it as well as recreate it. So keep her away from your magical books. She will steal your shit. She will just keep her away from your magical tomes. And she also reads like a beast, so you know. But she's the only one that can do that. But of course she does have the limit that she has to be able to see it. So she cannot retain a spell if she's blindfolded, for example. In fact, I'm not saying this actually happens, but if someone were to kidnap her, the first thing they'd want to do is blindfold and gag her, so she cannot say spells out loud, nor she cannot see them, because she has to speak clearly. You know, because I cannot let someone like her be as overpowered as she could be. She's already pretty overpowered as it is, from just those two things. But her limits are she does have to be able to write something, or she has to be able to say something. Or you can just cast silence on her. Yes, that is a type of spell you can do. It is an air-based spell. It is temporary, but yes, you can cast silence. Write stuff down intentionally wrong, just a spider. Oh damn. Honestly, funny enough, that would be a good way to deal with her, is to write things down wrong, because that means she will just have this wrong ass spell in her brain. She will still experiment to figure out the best way to fix something like that, but at least she won't be able to take your specific spell if you do that. So because I'm one of those people, I do not make my characters be like, oh, well, I mean, if you do that, she'll automatically know what's wrong and fix it. No, she won't. Because my mages at the end of the day are still human. Now, she will try to sort it out, but she is gonna have to mentally remember that there's the spell she fixed after experimentation and the one that's just wrong, because that's also just gonna be in her brain. She can't just take it out because of the way her ability works, which is super funny if you think about it. But she just has like this random undestroyable recycle bin of shit that like the people wrote down wrong. That would be funny as shit. She's like, oh god damn it. Ugh. Because the thing is, just because she reads a spell and memorizes it doesn't mean she automatically will know what it's able to do. It's something she's gonna have to test out on her own, which is very funny. I'll imagine someone's like, well, I'm gonna make sure that everything is just a self-death spell. No. No. Like, just no. Because, like, you'd have to, like, number one, actually know it does that. And, like, that would just be a really, like, irresponsible thing to make, because you'd have to also hope that nobody else finds it. And you'd have to also know that she's not coming in your house. You know? But again, the world that I set up is not one where that's, like, something someone would actually want to do. Like, why would you... That's like saying, like, ah, yes, I'll make it so my... Just, like, my car always blows up if someone other than me drives it or something. That's weird. That's actually a really cool drawback. Like, you can get a spell close to being useful, but it has one minor change and it will cause it to backfire. Yeah. And the thing is, you also have to keep in mind, because again, she won't know what your spell does, but she does already have a big understanding of how most spells work. So it's kind of like she basically knows how to build a computer, but if you put a part in there she doesn't know what it does, she still knows what most of the computer does. So she can narrow it down, but again, she will have to test it out to see what it does. But she's gonna know if something is gonna just cause, you know, I don't know, internal hemorrhaging, because she's gonna know what, she already has the backlog of what kind of combination could possibly cause that. You know? Most of the time it's basically like, the biggest insult is not something that'll kill somebody, but something that'll just literally not work. That is the most annoying thing that you can do to a mage, is make it so they have a spell that just doesn't fucking work. Do you know how frustrating it would be, you know, if you had a spell to be able to fly and it just doesn't fucking work? Like, that is way worse than just, you know, ah, yes, it just kills you or whatever. Like, ugh. Sorry, I'm used to too many people who are just like, but how can I just insta-kill someone though? And I'm like, why would you want to do that? Why? But anyway, so I think that's a really good drawback for her. Usually most people, like, again, if you like honestly, you don't even have to you don't have to even blindfold her unless she can see a spell, because again, she can't just mentally cast stuff. I work with software that is the most annoying thing ever. You mean like making a spell that does a smoke bomb that is actually a sleep gas? I'm not sure how you could do that, because like that's something that's more like it wouldn't be a sleep gas, but it would basically be, that would just be a potion thing. That would not be a spell thing. Potions would be something like that. You know, which is, potions are something she herself does not do. She does not do potions. So you would not have to worry about that with her. I could go over the other mages actually, but something like that would not be something she'd run into. It would have to be a spell that would incapacitate somebody. Like, just like the equivalent of like electrocutes them or something and makes them unconscious. Tries out spell by jumping off a cliff or seeing if it works. Oof, not good. Oh boy. Hey, Moon Splash, hello. Also, I thank you very much for the hydration. Throws a smoke spell only to clear and find me on the floor. Again, a spell like that would not quite work because of what it's made of. So, for example, again, she herself uses word and paper. If she saw like a random, like, because they don't really have sleep spells per se, like, at least she doesn't. Like, it's like, it's kind of like the application would be really weird to just be like, oh, I guess go to sleep over there, you know? And again, this is if it's a spell through humans. Mystical creatures are not the same thing. Mystical creatures have ways around that. But like, if we're dealing specifically with her, she's more of a, like most of her spells don't really affect people's minds. Bird is in the tree. Like, she can do like some minor illusions, but most of her spells tend to be like either launching or using an element itself, or capture. That's most of the stuff that she does. Because she does also just read stuff that she can't even fucking do. So like, I mean, outside of like just regular mixing stuff together, but her stuff is a little bit incompatible with that. You know, like honestly, if you just want to use a smoke bomb, just use a potion. That is way easier than trying to remember a spell that does that. Did you say bird into flux? Because also keep in mind that this is not D&D logic over here. Like, D&D logic is weird. Where it's like, ah yes, I cast Banana Man, and then a Banana Man shows up. Like, that... You didn't summon Banana Man, you cast Banana Man, and somehow that worked. D&D is weird. But it's more like, for her, she's more of a... She's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Logic. She's like trap card. She's literally like... She's basically like activation trap card type. That's mostly what she does. Like, or the equivalent of like Home Alone. Now, what she could do is basically slap something on a potion, but the potion will not be something she's made. So she'll literally just put a spell on a bottle to explode when it leaves her hand after 10 seconds. That's something she could do, but she wouldn't be able to control what happens after that. So that's kind of how limited she would be when it comes to stuff. Because again, this is something that is unique to like her and her family, which is that it has to involve words if it's going to be her doing anything. So let me actually pull up the mage families, because I finally worked on them, so we can finally see what they all do. Let me get it. That is not where I was going. Let's see. Because again, I wanted to give like everybody some nice limitations, just because otherwise it would get on my nerves. Let's see. And this also makes it so I don't have to, let's see. Where did I put it? No, it's around here somewhere. Because I want to put, the other reason I want to put these limits on is that this way I can make it so that the awesomeness is spread around and is not just one person. Because I don't know if you guys ever run into this where you make like one group or one person ways like so amazingly awesome that everyone else is kind of stupid in comparison. I don't know if you've done that or not. I've done that. Like, I've done that a lot. And this is just to help me from doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna get my other thing. 1 second. Now this is a little bit of a relationship spaghetti, but it'll be fine. As soon as it comes up, Jesus. Come on, man. Drawbacks are what keep things interesting? Pretty much. Like, I like drawbacks because, like, it also keeps me from being weirdly defensive, I guess. You know? Where, like, because that way I can always be like, instead of just be like, well, no, it literally be like, okay, no, that wouldn't work because that element's over here, so that wouldn't make any sense. You know, stuff like that. Oh my god. My bro. Oh my god, is this thing fighting me? Come on now, dude. Okay, here we go. Jeez, that was ridiculous. Okay. So 1 second, I'm gonna get this right quick. Okay, so these are basically the, I know I'm gonna enhance in a second. So these are the mage families. Now, these are not all of the the people capable of doing magery in my city. That would be ridiculous. These are not all of the families. This is just the most important families. There's basically hundreds of mage families, and like probably, like, I don't know, millions of people that can use magic in the city. Maybe, you know, well, maybe not millions, but like a couple 100,000, you know. But these are the ones who basically kind of bully everybody else. So let me get up here. So we got Blackbones, you know, your boy. We got old man Blackbones. He's over here. So we got old man Blackbones right here. This is his main family. They do the necromancy. So that basically means that they are firmly down here, with some of their family doing a little bit of nonsense over there. So they do have a branch family called Blackveil that all they do is talk to ghosts, but they can't do much else. But Blackbones family, they talk to ghosts, they raise zombies, and the most powerful can make really, really awkward sentient undead. So basically, Dietrich himself can kind of bring somebody back to life, but not really. It's more like he will cram their ghost back into their body, and as long as he basically is around, they will be able to more or less function, but their body is slowly still dying. Black Velvet, no. Black Veil. Black Veil. Black Velvet. Anyway. Yes. So that's something he and like the other family, the actual family head, can do, because again, there's an active family head, and then there's the head living in a fucking cabinet. So but that's a really hard thing to do, because you have to have enough power to literally force somebody's soul back in their body and also keep their body kind of working. All I know is that Redveil, they went insane. Ah, yes, Warhammer Nugget, that's great. Blackveil Brides, the band, no. Blackveil is mostly made of women, so most of them tend to be married, tend to be like where all the girls hang out until they're ready to get married to. So, that's why they're a branch family. But yeah, most of them are female, and they tend to marry into the into a Blackbones family. Branch families are weird. We don't talk about it. Moving on. Not Warhammer. It is now. Anyway. So, and then they also have this is technically a family not related to them. Oops, no. But the Chillingworth family is basically mostly medical professionals. But they are more or less, I couldn't find a better word, but they're basically vassals of the Blackbones, which means they basically work for this other family. So most of them, so like some of them can use magic, some can't, but they all know about magical bullshit. But most of them are like, this is mostly the medical branch of the Blackbones. So just because, again, Blackbones do have that lovely little problem where if their bones are literally black, so they don't feel like going to a regular doctor that does an x-ray and be like, this is weird. So that is who the Chillingworths are. And again, the Blackbones is like the biggest family. They're fucking huge. Like, they're gigantic. Anyway. As I drink water. Anyway. So next, yeah, they got Invisibones. Okay. And so, when it comes to the Blackbones family, there's only one family they straight up don't get along with, which is these guys. Blackbones, huh? What kind of milk do they drink? Charcoal! Anyway, let me stop. So, the Clements family, they're a little unique because of hilarious shenanigans. They are very loyal to the church, which, long story short, technically, my setting of New Brightston is on Earth, but it is alternative history. because I'm sorry, I found some things just too difficult to still have urban fantasy about. That would not bother me. I'll leave it at that. Because I don't know if you guys understand how difficult it is to write urban fantasy as a... Anyway, moving on. So, so it is technically alternative history because the way this world came to be is different from our Earth. So it's not... So if someone's like, oh, is this our reality? Technically, no. Obviously. So, even though, yeah, it seems like Earth from, like, here, but it's not. It's a different one. It's literally just a different Earth that just is... Some stuff is still called the same because it just is. Synchronicity, I don't know. Moving on. But anyway, the Clemens family, they use holy magic. They're a little bit off because most of them have to rely on an amulet versus their internal mana. They are closer to... They're basically a combination of fire and air, a little bit closer to the air. They do get a special amulet when they're basically deemed worthy that they can use instead of their own power, just because sometimes in order to deal with shit you need to borrow power, and they do have connections to the greater church, and the greater church basically more or less has connection to a divine being, not God, because God don't exist. At least not in the way people think it does. So that's the Clemens family. The Clemens family does not get along with a lot of families because they think they're all evil, but they are cordial enough to not try and smite everybody. They are also the family that is most likely to fight vampires on principle alone. They do not think that vampires are chill, even though they are. So they're just banned from going to certain places. Also, for vampires, the Clemens mages are the ones they never want to run into, even at Starbucks. Never want to run into these guys. They're just a little bit of the bigotry. Like anti-vampire bigotry, you bastards. But yeah, they're the main ones. They don't like black bones because they think they're evil because of necromancy. But they put up with them because they're just so freaking influential. But trust and believe, if the Clemens could literally have the amount of influence the black bones do, they'll just wave that dick energy everywhere. Moving on. So between them we have... Excuse me. We have the Leventry family. They are actually pretty good with most people. They are not good with the Lee family, but I'll get to them later. They do mostly Western alchemy, which means they are the ones who are primarily trying to get that philosopher chicken nugget. And they learned most of their alchemy actually from the Black Bones, but they took it a step further so they didn't just get stuck with necromancy. They do general, and also they do potions. Any anti-dead got any other lads who hate undead? Excuse me. Goodness. Yes, technically there's another group that doesn't like undead, but the Clements hate it on principle, like automatically. They just have to kind of get along with the Black Bones family. But yeah, the Leventry family, they do Western alchemy. They want to get the philosopher chicken nugget. They are also trying to discover the elixir of life, along with other things. They do not get along with the Lee family, that is Eastern alchemy, because they think they're dumb. So they're kind of like, you're dumb, everything you do is dumb, and everything's poisonous. So the Leventry family also has a lot of connections to the Chillingworths. I forgot to put a little arrow there because they tend to work together a lot. But yeah, and also the Leventry family does a lot, since they do make a lot of potions, they work with a lot of mage families to basically supply things for them to use. The Reed family, which I was talking about before, they use script magic, so they are actually most known for making magic tomes. They know how to make magic tomes. They also know how to make spells that you do not have to use your own. You just need enough magic to spark their spells. So they make a lot of attack spells for people, immobilization spells, stuff like that. So they know how to make spells that people could just use without having to know what the spell is. So I'm gonna tell them the elixir of life is just right. Oh damn. McDonald's Sprite specifically. Don't tell them, it's funny. They're like, what do you mean? You could just go to McDonald's and get a Sprite. Martha, I'm going to McDonald's. They're terrible. Oh god. Anyway. But yeah, so we have the Reed family. They're pretty much fine with everybody. They do not like the Hunter Institute. I'll be getting down to the Hunter Institute in a moment. I just want the Philosopher Nugget. Azure, how do you make the Philosopher Nugget? Tell me. Anyway. So we got the Lee family. They do Eastern alchemy. They have a branch family, the Liu, that does physical cultivation as well as martial arts. They don't really get along with the other ones, and they also don't get along with the Hunter Institute because they do not believe that what they're doing is right. They have to tolerate them, but if they had their way, they would wipe out the entire institution. I imagine it'd be tasty, yeah. Next we have, excuse me, goddamn. Next we have the Sakamoto down here. They deal mostly with Shikigami, but they do have a branch family that deals in monster hunting because they're in demon hunting. Yes, there are demons and monsters because, again, the chart pertain to things that are in balance. There are some things that throw things off. Vampires are not actually supposed to be something that is natural, but they kind of weird. Anyway, they balance themselves out, but they're technically unnatural. You take a chicken, slap it hard enough to instantly cook it without charring, then reach inside it. I'm getting out of here. Moving on. Oh. Excuse me. Anyway, the Sakamoto do not like the Hunter Institute because they do cross over sometimes, because the Hunter organization, even though it started as a family, now it is currently an organization, but they're basically very ruthless, and the Sakamoto do not like the lack of respect they show literally everything. And then Sakamoto is just a branch family that is specifically for demon hunting. And then finally we are to the Hunter family, which is technically, when it was started, it was for doing monster and magic research, so it did cross over with the Leventry family sometimes, but they have since gone into basically being a magical military force. The Hunters are cool before they sold out and went corporate. Exactly. Yes, but the Hunter Institute is basically the place that trains military magic soldiers. Usually they don't kidnap children, but if you did lose your family and end up in their care, they do have actual orphanages. So if you turn out to just be a normal child or a kid that forgets about the magical bullshit that happened to you, you will just be in a regular adoption But if you show potential for magic, or you cannot forget magical bullshit, they will basically black bag you and say you died of depression or something, and into the weird child soldier program you go. Or experiments. So even if you're just a regular kid who doesn't have magic, but you just can't remember, or you just can't forget the magical bullshit, they will be using you to experiment on. Yes, they became sellouts. Anyway, so that's why I said the Hunters are magical research, because they're technically, they kind of use a bunch of different magic, but it's more because it's an organization and not really a family. But they do still have all these families are a part of the Magic Council. All the main families. The branch families are not a part of the Magic Council, but the main families are. Let's see. Again, most of them are pretty chill or neutral with each other. The ones who do not like each other is nobody likes the Hunter Association, except for the Leventry. No one really likes the Clements either, but they're pretty neutral towards them because they are pretty useful in being able to purify stuff, people and things, and they're also pretty benevolent and have a really great reputation with the normies. So because the Clements also has a lot of normie power, so they have a lot of people who are not mages support, so they tend to have the high ground sometimes. That's what makes them a little bit annoying to deal with sometimes, because your average person doesn't realize that they're a magical family or a magical organization. You know, they just think like, oh man, Father Clements has always been so sweet to me, you know, helping my mother with like this weird ailment that I think is cancer, and Father Clemens is like, it's not cancer, she is possessed by not the devil, but a devil. Someone put it in here for experimentation reasons. Interesting. The Clemens family is also very much capable is large enough because of their connections. Is it you? Umbra, stop possessing people! It's not right! It's not right. Get out of people. Don't just pop into people when you feel like it. It's terrible. You do an x-ray and just Umbra's just hanging out in there. Listen, she wanted to have the affair. No! Umbra, no, even if she wanted to cheat on her husband. Think of, like, Ricky didn't deserve that. He deserved a slap on the face at Denny's, but not you just popping into his wife. Stop, I'm going to hell. Someone help me. Anyway. But yeah, so when it comes to everybody, and again, these families, this is their specialization, but again, they do still work with each other. So for example, I'll hop into him too now! Gotta go lurking. Okay, bye, Aqua, bye. Thank you. Thank you for the luck. Anyway. But yeah, and so when it comes to the mages, they're not as organized as the vampires are. So the vampires had very specific ranks and orders and stuff like that. The mages do not have that because the mages be human. So they're very much a loosely connected organization of important rich people, because they sorry, my eyes. So in the Mage Council again is basically the Blackbones, Reed, Lee, Laventry, Clemens, Hunter, and Sakamoto families. So it's like 7. Because I decided having 8 would be a bad idea, because then you can get a gridlock. It's more using shadows in them to make them puppets. I see. So my brain. Anyway, so the excuse me. Also, for those who might be wondering, shadow is basically considered mist, so that's basically where it falls on the element tree. It is considered closer to mist and closer to water. Anyway, it's not considered dark. Because dark is too primordial for it. Anyway, because it's kind of like there's dark, but then the minute you start doing stuff with it, then it starts going, like, basically if your element starts doing anything physical, it does start drifting into the outer elements. So that's the easiest way for me to explain that. But anyway, moving on. But yeah, so the families themselves, they basically rule. These are the ones in just the city. These are not the most powerful mages in the world. These are the most powerful mages in the city of New Brightston, because I do not feel like trying to pull the Super Pope out of nowhere. Like, hello there, my name is Super Pope John the Third. And I'm like, no, John, we don't need you today. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure. Thank you, John. Bye. I have to go with your weird Pope hat. Bye. Anyway. But yeah, but these are the most powerful ones in the city. They're the ones who basically more or less have to deal with if there's a big mage issue, because again, they are not going to be in charge of every mage. But if it's so for example, I remember a couple of days ago when we were talking about the lore. If someone, like, for example, from just a regular like mage does something that basically gets the attention of the normies, then the Mage Council, which is these families, will have to make a decision about it. These are the people who would actually hold a meeting and be like, okay, so John Basilby just, I don't know, created a giant whirlpool in the harbor. There's a tentacle popping out of it. People might start remembering this. We gotta figure out something. You know, that's something like that, you know? But like, they themselves don't necessarily, but they don't meet every single time something happens. They usually tend to kind of be in charge of their own social circles. Like, for example, the Sakamoto family tends to just kind of be over there by the Sakamoto shrine. Yes, I do live in the shrine. But That's what their family tends to be. And again, these are also the rich elite of the city. There are some rich elite that are not mages, but they would basically, but all of these guys are rich because of course they are. They kind of help keep, they also are the ones who do cover-ups. So whenever there's any type of big problem or big issue, the mage council is the one who decides how the cover-up is going to go and what is going to be the cover story. That is basically their job. That's what they do. I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, so that's basically how the mage families are. And again, there's more to it. There's more mages, but these are the ones who are the most important. So yeah, there you go. That is the lore. I guess I should probably draw something. Fuck. Let's see. What should I draw? What should I draw? Actually, gonna... My thing plugged in now. What should I draw? I had a really stupid idea earlier. Yes, lore and... Unless you guys have questions, I highly doubt it, but, you know. Will there be a test on the later teach? Yeah, of course there is. It's gonna be at the end of stream. But yeah, I think I've answered everything for now. Again, this is basically just some basic stuff. So when I make new characters in the future, they're gonna more than likely be from one of these families. Let me just go ahead and close that, because I don't need it anymore. Close this, I don't need it anymore. Okay. Because I'm like, I should probably draw something. As you can see, I am very passionate about the world building. Because I made the test papers. Joke's on you, I have more. And they're laminated. Yes. Like I have more laminated paper. Anyway, since I cannot remember what I was going to draw, I'm going to draw something stupid. I'm gonna draw something very, very dumb. Oh wait, I gotta pull it up because I cannot remember for the life of me what he looks like. God damn. Don't need laminated paper, it's bad for your health. Where'd I put it? Oh, also, hey there, Scorpion Main 1992. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Elder Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Hello, Traveler. How you doing? How you doing? I was talking about my lore. It is in some basic world building. There will be more, but I was doing like the basic metaphysical stuff that everyone's gonna forget about in 3 days, but that's perfectly fine. Hi, Lyrico. Lyrico, you missed me talking about my lore. You missed the lore. It's fine, Cobalt's me. Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Cobalt. That was very... Wait, can I do that again? Wait. Sorry, I was like drinking my what? I was drinking my tea. And it was so funny. Anyway, well, I'll give you the TLDR, Lyrico, while I'm figuring out what I'm doing. I was going over the elements as well as the mage families and kind of their relationships to each other. So I was basically doing that. I think it's in here. I'm going to choose... I thought, oh, here it is. I know I have one, damn. I love lore too. My favorite flavor. We had the philosopher's chicken nugget. Anyway. Oh, Lord. Wait, when the fuck is your... Okay. Oh, God. This happens when I get bored. Anyway. But yeah, that's basically what I was like talking about up until this point. I personally think my magic system makes sense. I don't know if you guys think it makes sense or not. I probably don't, but I think it makes a lot of sense. Just because I thought about it like really hard, you know. But I think it's pretty good for what I was able to do. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. Let's see here. Like, Semi, what are you doing? Being stupid. I'm eating his little Halo donut. You know, I should be holding him. He's like no. Oh my god. He's like, why would you do that? He's like, oh my god. Don't worry, this is fine. It's okay. So if you don't say you want your Halo to be nom-done, then don't have it look so it do be looking tasty though, I'm not gonna lie. Like it looks like a little donut. He has like a little Halo donut, little head donut. Let's see. Go. Yes. Don't worry, this is just gonna be a sketch though. I'm not gonna make this a full illustration. Probably, maybe, depending. I don't think so. I don't know. I might. It depends on how I feel. He's just like, no. Oh god. Okay. Oh, is my human environment like, what is that sound? Oh wait, there we go. Yes. Oh god, this looks really funny to me. He just like just noms the Halo thing. He's like, I kind of want to leave it like this, but I'll separate it out properly. As funny as that would be, just like, no. He's why would you do that? Okay, I'm gonna like give him this weird little like twiggy body. He's like just he's like he's like, sorry, no, I'm not edible. There goes, everyone just knows I still have a giant ass, I guess. Oh god. It's like, how easily entertained are you? Yes. Anyway. Is that triple? No, this is Angel Catsy. Catsy. He's a Kit Kat. He's an adorable Kit Kat. It just looks so freaking dorky. He's like, hey! just eat his little horn thing. Oh god. It's okay, Triple. It's not your fault. But you do have a very big old butt. But it's okay. That's like half the reason people show up. The other reason is for your personality. That's also your butt. Let me stop. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Triple, but I'm also not sorry. You need to be proud of your bubble butt. You need to be proud. It's the very multifaceted butt. Like, be proud of your gifts that was bestowed upon your behind. Triple has the gas of a like. Triple has the ass of a god. A god, I say. It's like, have you looked upon thy butt? I'm going to hell. Someone help me. How did I get here? Yes, be proud of your cake. Be proud of that pound cake. Excuse me, jeez. There we go. And I might color this. I might do like flat color for this. Because it is so funny. Let's see here. Because I need to draw me with people more often. Me! They're just like looking at his weird little face is so fucking funny. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. Like this. Ah, gross. There we go. That. This. Yes. No, no one is pounding this cake. What? Damn. He's like, no, Triple said proud. Proud of your cake, not pounding your cake. Oh my god. Triple, I worry about you. Unless that was a Freudian slip. Unless you want someone to pound that cake. Oh my. Triple is a say-so stream? What are you doing? What do you do? My younger brother and Spice. What are you doing? Oh god. This looks endlessly entertaining to me. Did I? Oh, damn, no! Oh, God. I didn't even use my favorite thing. Fuck. Now I gotta go back and do it the hard way. I hate this! Ew. Can't believe I let this happen. Anyway. Let's see. There we go. Anyway. You didn't start this? You didn't start the fire that's always been burning since the world's been turning? Is that your story? Is that what you're trying to say? We didn't start the fire, it's always been burning since the world's been turning. Hello, Worm Evercrest. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Elder Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. How are you today? Hope you're having a great day today. I am drawing completely normal friend art. How are you? Let's see here. He's just so adorable. Look at him. Like, you cannot stop my reign of terror. Hi, Lung. How you doing? Have a fantastic day. I'm having a fantastic day. May I know what duties I have as an agent are? I mean, you're not an agent, but sure. Currently, until I figure out what to do with you, you're on snack duty. And by snack duty, I mean you live in the fridge. Anyway, moving on. Let's see here. How are you? Be right back, ads. Okay. Hello, Lung. How are you today? You missed the what do I call it? You missed the thing about the lore, but it's okay. If you have any questions about lore in general, just let me know. Let's see. Also, thank you for the care combo. Hey, Cass, how you doing today? Oh boy, high tech machine. Okay, back. What are we doing? You're on snack duty. Basically, if I can't figure out what to do with you, you get eaten. But anyway, let me stop. But I hope, but real talk, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's see here. Oh yes, will he escape? Will he be all right? Sounds good. Oh boy. Oh, we found ourselves a keeper, lads. We found ourselves a keeper. Let's see. Like going to campus in a few minutes for orientation. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what are you doing over there? Actually, I kind of want to change this a little bit. I'm gonna change it to Yes. He's like this weird little like. He's just like, eh. Oh my god. Hmm? Oh, thank you very much for the subscribble. How are you today? Let's see. He just looks so fucking funny. I love it. Let's see here. Let's see. Like that. This is like that. That's way better. Yes! Anyway. Now I know it's my first day on duty, but may I take a break? I'm seeming to come down with a migraine. I mean, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and take a break. Lay down. Have yourself like a sarsaparilla or whatever the kids do these days. Doing good. I've been doing really good. I've been feeling really creative lately. It's quite nice. It's so nice to be creative again. Because I do miss my creativity. Let's see here. This poor little guy. Look at him. He's just like, eh. He's like, semi-stop. I'm like, no, you're getting nommed on. Alright. Oh god, he just looks so freaking funny. That's so great. Let's see. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. Since it's a chippy, I'm just gonna do that. Because he's a little chippo. There we go. There we go. I technically drew on stream, so this is no longer me just faffing about. I'm actually doing something. There we go. Wait, what kind of lore are you talking about? Your VTuber lore or lore you're interested in? I was like, hey Jen, hello. I was actually talking about world building lore, so I was talking about how magic works in the world I am making. So that's basically what I was talking about. There we go. That's good. My creativity has been spent trying to figure out how to get clone trooper armor to go to this convention I'm going to in the weekend. Nice. Oh, cool. Black Bones hot, all lore. Oh boy. Yeah, I talked about basically how the magic works, like technically where Black Bones would land on my chart of elements or something. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. That. Oh, wait. Don't forget to rotate the canvas. And now I'm drawing something so I can officially say this is an art stream. That I totally wasn't just wasting everyone's time until now. Oh my god. It's funny as shit. Okay. There we go. That and there. Are there limits to necromancy, even the most powerful necromancers? Yes, there is. Basically, he can, when it comes to the necromancers of the city specifically, and Black Bones himself, the, sorry, I had to adjust a little bit. He can only deal with the spirit of the person, so the ghost, or the body. That's it. He can't do anything beyond that. He cannot use the abilities of the dead person. So if the person died and they were a magic user or something, he wouldn't be able to make them use magic anymore because they're dead. Magic is something that can only be used by living creatures, so he cannot necromance another necromancer, or he cannot necromance another living person to do magic. Yeah, magic goes poof. It is something that has to be like attached to something specific. I can't get the clone armor in time, so I'm gonna go dressed in jeans, tank top, and a leather jacket, and a couple of lightsabers. That sounds fine. Along with the clone helmet, there you go. You can be a casual clone. Thank you for the life, by the way. I appreciate the Lurker Legion in the back. You're all wonderful. Gives you character and spell. That's good. But yeah, the let's see. Sorry. But yeah, the but I went over kind of like how everything works. Now again, I did go over how the basically how things are when things are balanced and correct. There basically where quote unquote evil comes in is when things are basically corrupted or out of balance. I have not gone over that yet because I have not made a chart for that yet. So that there's no chart for that yet, or I haven't added it to this chart, which I'm going to. I just haven't gotten to it yet because obviously if you look at this chart, it does not explain vampires. It does not describe eldritch beings. There's a lot of stuff left off of this because again, it's not supposed to be there. Yeah. And yes, necromancy still does belong because it's basically the reason it belongs is because of the person using the necromancy, not because of the thing being necromanced. Blackbone's giving my character in spell silver teeth for the evil doesn't exist, only action. Yeah, pretty much. Because when I was going with my chart, when I had the light and dark does not mean good and evil. Technically, good and evil does not exist on the chart. Let's see here. Anyway. If anyone asks where the armor is, I'm just gonna use the excuse that I'm a clone who went rogue and I'm only wearing the helmet to uphold Mandalorian tradition. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Let's see here. I'm not gonna lie, this looks really funny. No. Oh god. I don't like the mouth though. Yeah. Oops. Zoomed away too much. Okay. I kind of like the other one a little better. It's funny as hell! Anyway. Oh yeah, saving would be a good idea, wouldn't it? This will go under fan art. There goes my spine. Fan art. There I go. I've been bonked! Anyway. Silver teeth known as half-rotting skeleton, zombie with silver fangs. Think pointy on both lower and upper fangs. Cool. Yay, you made this 3 streak. Good for you. Congratulations. This just looks so fucking funny. He's like, what did I do to deserve this? Oh god. Just do this thing. Okay. Ooh. Did the most super fucking quick art ever. It's like, how long does she art for in this? I'm like 5 minutes. Because I just want to talk about lore for 3 hours. Oh god. I am very easily entertained. Let me try that here. Alright. That. Thank you. Okay. It should be very straightforward. Yes. Let me actually take that from here and just Let me put this back. Let me put this back. All right. First, Silverteeth's original species race were those of tiefling-esque creatures able to move their teeth and control gums as a muscle separately, allowing them for better biting strength. That's nice. Let's see. Yeah, Black Bones literally just learned how to do it from a book. I mean, his descendants now just automatically know how to talk to ghosts, but like, you know, he himself learned how to do it from a book. How did this become genetic? I don't know. I don't know how this became genetic, it just did. Let's see here. And I believe it's like mostly white. Yeah. Mostly white. Look at him. Oh wait, no, that's black. That's white. This is black. This is gold. What color is that? That's also black. We're just gonna use like super crisp colors there. Imagine getting a bit in teeth just starts cages your arm and just having a hard time pulling away. Oh, that reminds me. Because people were asking about shifters the other day. Shifters, they are... But yeah, shifters in this setting, you can't turn into one, you have to be born one. Because they're basically just kind of natural beings, so they actually do not have, they are not curse-based like the vampires are. Because I'm like, what am I forgetting? I think I'm forgetting something, and it's literally just that. But yeah, shifters, so that's your werewolves, your, I don't know, cat shifter people turning into fish or whatever. All those are something you are naturally born as, not something you can get turned into. By, like, if a werewolf bites you, you're not going to turn into a werewolf. I kind of also personally don't see that really even being a thing. Like, in most popular culture nowadays, like lycanthropy being something that's transferable. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a thing, but I kind of really haven't seen it. It's mostly vampires that transfer their Mick whateverness. Let's see here. Yeah, we're just gonna keep praying. He's like, Sammy, why? Why you do this to me? Anyway. I love making animalistic characters my inspiration for Oni. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, because that's something I thought about. Like, for my setting, at least, it wouldn't make sense because, like, to me, most like werewolves are basically on the more natural side of things. So them being curse-based is a little weird for me. So they are not curse-based in my setting. Let's see. Black. 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 Oh boy. No. Oh, anyway. Yeah, like, so that just makes the most. Excuse me, good lord. But that just makes the most sense for my setting, just because I'm like, So if you, I guess, wanted to be a werewolf in my setting, you're just gonna start off as one. I'm not quite sure why someone would want to start off as human and then turn into a werewolf, just because being, you know, a human turning into a werewolf doesn't really change much, and werewolves again have live perfectly normal lives, so it really wouldn't do anything. But I do know in some settings, the the supernatural and the non-supernatural can't exist in the same place for some reason, but in this case it can, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Send me that. That's a halo, not a bagel. Don't eat it. Too late. I'm already doing it. He's getting nommeled. It's happening. He's getting bitten. Silver Teeth Head is basically a skull entirely, and his lower jaw still has flesh on it, but being torn apart slowly. It's constantly in agony. At least 12 points in 12 pints an hour. Ugh. But yeah, the excuse me, God. Come on, stop fighting me. Come on. But yeah, I just but yeah, like, and mainly the type of stories I tell, having shifters just be like born that way it's just a lot easier for the type of stories I tell most of the time. Yep. Yeah, it's the holy bagel. I'm sorry, my dude. It was too delicious, I couldn't resist. My flesh is rotting and regenerating flesh. It hurts like hell, but at least there's rum, damn. What a way to go. And right here. Oops. Didn't mean to recolor that. Cool. Got more horns up here. These. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. Yes. Then like every single time I see like freaking stories, like, because again, I listen to ASMR and like every single time there's a fucking werewolf, it's always like funny as shit to me. Like I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? It's like always the same thing. Like he's always some like hyper aggressive asshole or whatever, and I'm just like, I mean, not always. Sometimes the the werewolf in question is actually quite cute and adorable, but sometimes he's just like, I'm a werewolf and I'm very dubious, and I'm like, what are you doing, my dude? What are you doing? It doesn't have to be this way. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I'm like, stop. I'm going to hell. Oh god. I think I got pretty much everything, so let me go ahead and do my favorite fill-in. It's here. There we go. Wait, where did I miss? Oh. Oh. Well, let me deal with that. There we go. Much better. Black Bones and Silver Teeth, first time meeting. Silver's first two words to him. What would Black Bones think of Silver? If you're talking about the skull, he'd just be like, tuh. Like, yeah, like, he would just laugh, because he thinks he's just like, tuh. He's like, failure. That would be, because I'm like, especially if he's just the skull, he would just laugh at him. Let's see here. I feel like okay. Cool. Oh, it's fine. Like I ruined Christmas and no one noticed. Anyway. Oh god. Shut up, taking skull. At least have a body, oh boy. I mean, that wouldn't really, like, insult him because he's just, like... He's literally just, like, he doesn't take anything seriously from anyone if he's a skull. Because it's kind of like the way, like, Black Bones feels about things is that he automatically thinks everyone is stupid because he knows, like, he personally feels that if he was in his physical body, that he'd be able to just kick anybody's ass. Whether he actually can or not is up to debate. I'm not saying he can. But he feels like he can kick pretty much anybody's ass in physical form. So if he's insulting you as a skull, he does not care. Yes. Cause he's just kind of like, I'm not even in my. He's just like, ah, yes, you're insulting a literal skull. That makes you even more of a loser. Let's see. Because he knows at the end of the day where the rest of his body is. You're taking out a sledgehammer? Oh boy. I mean, you can if you want to. Like, he has like a weirdly, like, because he is cursed, he does have an indestructible skull. For what that's worth. I mean, he'll still feel getting smacked and everything. It just won't break him. But it's not like he likes it either. He's like, it's not like he can still feel it more or less, but he doesn't like, because again, someone used him for bowling once and threw him into a river. But he already knows he won't be scared. He'll just be like, oh, god dang it. Let's see. There we go. But he's still gonna just be like, he's like, Pah! You're still dumb though. There we go. I just need. Yep. Just need this part right here. Thank you. Alright. But mainly it's just because, like, for me, like, his attitude is that, because, like, when people, like, tend to make immortal characters, they don't really, like, and this is my personal opinion, obviously, but a lot of times when people make long-lived characters, they don't really think about what happens to, like, their humor, because there's always this assumption that they're going to be miserable because they lived too long. And I'm like, yeah, but then you get some people who are just fine, both regenerating and rotting at the same exact time. Yeah, the thing about Black Bones is that he is literally only like this because they had to literally strip his flesh off. The minute he gets enough flesh to like he still needs the rest of his body, obviously, that they keep in storage. But like the minute he comes back to like Gether and has flesh and everything, he's just gonna leave and be a menace. There we go. Like, that's kind of the thing about him, is because like he only has two modes, which is sarcastic and laughing at everyone's failure, or basically just trying to live life to the fullest because he doesn't know when he's gonna get re-scalified. Like, there is no in between with him, because he very much has because he knows he's not gonna die like normally, so he just kind of has to wait for the inevitable slip up so he can go around just being an idiot. I think that's the other reason why I have so many, like, you know, immortal but in their own different way characters, just because I like showing, like, immortality in different ways that isn't just, oh no, I live forever and I lost my one girlfriend, so now I'm gonna be depressed forever, you know? Like, that to me is a very weird trope, where like they lose like one person and then they decide life isn't worth living even though there's billions of people on the fucking planet, you know? So for me, I kind of want to explore different types of immortality with some of my stories, you know? I was just kind of seeing how other characters are. Not to mention, one other thing that bothers me is about a lot of these immortal characters. These immortal characters have other immortal people to talk to. They just don't want to talk to them. They just want to talk to people who die quickly. Let's see, imagine like Black Bones and Silver first interaction. Silver finds his tomb or whatever it is, picks up Skull. Skull starts laughing, chucks it out a wall. I mean, you know what? You do you. You're starting to do the hilarious god modding thing where it's like, ah, yes, I shall now show superiority to the skull, I guess. And I'm like, you do you. Whatever, I don't care. Because I'm like, ah, there it is again. Because again, like, it's not really, I don't know. Like, being able to just throw Skull, that doesn't really prove much, but I mean, if it makes you feel better about stuff, I guess. Yeah, well, because, like, for me, that's not really much of a meaningful interaction. You know, again, because, for example, like, Blackbone's laughing at somebody, like, that's more ironic because, again, he's a powerless skull who can't even move his own jaw. You know? He literally is an inanimate object. He ain't better than nobody. Like, his existence is just sad. He's just being a dick. But he's not, like, getting over on anybody. He's literally stored in a cabinet. Not a magical cabinet, a regular IKEA cabinet. Like, he's kind of already pretty pathetic if you think about it. You know? So it's kind of like, I don't know, proving you're stronger than it's like literally throwing a toaster at that point. Let's see. Smooth this out. Ease. Oop, nope. I need this. Thank you. Immortals being miserable, but at least having humor is looking amazing. Well, the thing is, he's not miserable though. To me, so for me, I don't think everyone has to be miserable if you live a long time. Like, and that's just my personal philosophy, obviously. But for me, I think it gets kind of like, because again, number one, there's other immortals for you to talk to, and so it's not like you can't ever make friends that live as long as you do. But for some reason, like, people like to make stories of like the one immortal guy that for some reason just doesn't talk to other immortals and only keeps talking to like blonde women who die quickly. In this situation, not in the mood. Not just saying in general. If you're saying like their first meeting and like his first thing is to like be like, did he like just kind of butthurt over the fact that like a skull like laughed at him or something? Now, I'm actually just curious, like if that's why his reaction is to basically throw the skull. Because like, oops. Because Black Bones himself, he can't do anything. Like, it's not like he's gonna magically, he can't use any magic when he's like that. There we go. Oh wait, let me fix this. Let me fix this. Yes. But that's not actually the only reason I ask, because like, I get like, it's not really no offense to you, but I get that type of reaction like a lot from people who are like, you know, they must prove themselves to this random skull, and I'm like, he doesn't even do anything. No. Skull effect. Because like for me, I'm like, he literally would like lose to a toddler when he's like that. There we go. Alright. And there we go. It's always good, really. Yes. There we go. This looks so funny. And oh, wait. Let me get out of there. What am I missing? Oh. Where did I get this? Oh, there we go. I keep making it inside of the. God damn it! There. Jeez. There we go. Is like someone can tear off or reattach limbs, including his head. Like, imagine him tearing off his own head to be level with the Blackbone Skullman and just reattaching it after the conversation. I mean, that's fine. Not sure without proofs though. Like, I think like the fact that Black Bones is the only character you know makes things super like hilarious, I guess, because there's better people to like talk to. like Black Bones is very popular, but I'm like, he's like the only person that anybody knows. But I mean, I talked about other people, but I'm just like, why do you like the guy who literally can't do anything? Like, he has two modes, and both of them is just basically him being a freaking weirdo. I'm gonna be. Ooh, no. Ew, gross. Ah! Let's see. I mean, other than like flexing on the inanimate skull, like what else would like Silver even talk about like with him other than just being like, baha? Let's see. And do I want to? There we go. My tail is shiny today. It is shiny. Okay, and now I just need a background. Let me use my favorite, which is the blue. There you go. Yes! There we go. Alrighty. And there we go. And hi, Cardinal. Hello, hello. How are you today? Feeling bad for the cowboy halo? He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. I think I need something a little bigger. Oh shit. Wait. Let me just here we go. Nope, still need to be bigger. There we go. How are you? Love the outfit, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I do like my new look quite a bit, actually. It's gonna be interesting, like, putting different outfits on this model going forward, because I do, super fancy schmancy, yeah! Like, I do legitly like the way everything on this looks, from the proportions to my horns, to my hair. I like everything about this one. Hopefully I will stay with this one for a while. Like, I'm trying to see if I can stay with this one and just put clothing on it, but not redo my model completely, because I actually really do like everything from, like, my bangs, because my bangs used to kind of piss me off. But I like this outfit, and as well as this hair a lot. Hey, put that X away. Me. Oh, I know I forgot something. I'm like, what is missing from him? Oh, for those, also, remember, like, last stream I was talking about, like, the femboys I know? Well, this is said femboy. Catsy is a femboy. Look at him! He's just so cute! He's so cute and tiny! It's just so adorable! No, I will not tell you more. He's adorable, though. Look at him. Just look at this cuteness! Just look at him! He deserves the world! So fucking cute. Oh my god, this is the cutest thing ever. I cannot. I'm gonna have to keep the makeup sparse on this one. Just keep it super sparse. I'll keep it super sparse. Oops, wrong thing. Yes. Also, he's very much taken by his partenaire. So he has a partenaire who is also hot. What is up with all these hot people getting together? Stop. Like, I swear to God. But yeah, Don's cute too. They're both cute. I should probably shout them out or something. 1 second. Oh god, let me see if I can do this right. Shout out. Does he have a space in between? Yeah, there we go. I gotta get his Let me get her too. I have to look up hers because I don't quite remember, like, hers. Let me get her. Let me find her. Let's see here. I need to just make a list of everybody, so that way I could just look at that and stop having to look for fucking Twitter. Because I swear to Gert. Oh my god, I can't spell. Jesus. I put angle cat. No! Ugh. I'm so bad at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, I'm gonna need to, like... Can you, like... Why are you like this? Maybe... Like, oh no, okay, there she is. I was like, oh my god, please do not let me be an asshole and not be able to shout her out. Oh my fucking god. I would be so upset if I couldn't shout her out too. No. Here we go. Also, where am I putting this dribble? Hi. There she is. There she is. So additional drop of my lore here. The gods in my lore are known as aspects. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Who usually embodies one or more traits above reality. However, their forms and sometimes personalities are affected by the beliefs of the groups of people. And some aspects will look and behave differently depending on the culture it appears in. I love that. I love that. Right over the tape. Oh, okay. I had to be like, what are you talking about? What do I mean? Yeah. Not the ad break! But no, I was saying I love that. I love aspects. That is so cool. That is super duper cool. I love it. I love it so much. Like, despite me being a douche about it, I do appreciate people's lore. The only time I ever get a little bit snippy is when people automatically just want to boss around or like flex on my characters, which I'm like, why are you doing that? But I do love hearing about people's lore. Like, I do like hearing about people's interpretations, how they implement their own magic. I'm not going to say your magic is stupid, because that is not ever true. I love to see, like, well, in my world, magic is this. In my world, this ability is this. I love hearing stuff like that, you know? Like, I really do. So don't ever be afraid to talk about your lore, but I will be snippy if you're only talking about how to flex on my characters, because I am never a fan of that. I am never a fan of that. Just because then yeah, I love your shadow manipulation too. It sounds cool. It's super duper cool. Like, shadow manipulation is like a really interesting power that I don't think gets as much utilization as people think. And again, when I talked about shadows earlier in my world, that's how it would be. But again, that's only in my world. In your world, it does not have to be anything. You can be whatever you want. Like, but again, I just like hearing it. Big shadow hands for grabbing things. Oh my. Not big shadow hands. I'm being good today. I drank my say-so juice. Let's see. I don't think I need to add any more. Wait, no. I have to add like a little bit. Oh wait, no, because he has these, I have to add two things. Shadows and chains. I swear to God, when I have like when I'm not like bored, I'm gonna draw me some nice, tasteful, normal art, and it's gonna be great. What do you mean X the doubt? How dare you? Shut up. I am normal all the time, thank you. How dare you slander my name? I am like 110% normal. I'm normal straight. Oh goodness. Wait, what was the other thing I was gonna do? I was gonna do one thing and I forgot what the other thing is. What was I gonna do? I think I was going to do something into here. I think my brain just freaking died. I was gonna do that, and then I was gonna do another thing. What's the other thing? Yeah. I hate when this happens. I made a JoJo stand and all about shadows called shadow dancing. Ooh. It takes the form of a sentient shadow that has the power to interact with people and objects by interacting with their shadows. Nice. I love that. Excuse me. So if shadow dancing punches the shadow of the person gets hit. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. Kind of like the person's shadow is an extension of themselves. I love it. Like, I technically have, now it's not in New Brightston. There's another world entirely that is still connected in the multiverse called Alteria, where there's a clan of people who they made a deal with a dark fae over there, not over here, where they will trade their shadows for protection. And so the creature that comes from the dark fae world becomes their shadow. It basically devours a part of them, but as a result, it is bound to them until they die. It's very cute. Oh god, real shadow boxing, exactly. It's like, or shadow slapping. Can you just imagine just like shadow slap? A pal. That'd be so funny. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to do. I think. I don't think I want to do anything else. I think I'll add some shadows just for a little bit of differentiation. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just a weeny bit. Let's see here. Oops. Nope. Oh boy. There we go. I was like, that was wrong. Okay. Tones down. Excuse me. Wait, does that mean if the sun is in the right spot, does that mean you get extra range? Azure does is that what happens? Do they get a power up if there's like a longer shadow? Like yeah, it does. Oh shit. Oh my god, that is so fucking cool. Damn. Damn, y'all shadow users are fucking cool. Damn, jeez. At night, oh man, at night, top tier power. Oof. Bro, I'm not gonna talk to you at night anymore. JK. But that's actually really cool. I love when stuff like that happens because it adds so much more character to things. You know? Like, for example, like, they have to be extra creative when there's little shadows, but when there's a lot of shadows, they can just kick ass. I like easily. I love that. I love that so much. Like, technically, the way my Shadow Girl like does things is not really affected by how much shadows there are, but it's because it's bound to a creature. But she can travel through shadows technically. Technically, night is just the shadow of the planet. I mean, technically, yeah. Umbra's like, I'm drunk on power and I cannot stop. Yes, DM, I would like to punch the planet. Oh, jeez. Thank you very much for the gift to subscribe. Thank you. But yeah, I have with the Shadow Girl I have, hers is more like she doesn't get more powerful. If there's more shadows, it just makes it that she has a lot more to work with, travel-wise. She looks so, Angel looks so worried. He's fine. Oh, wait, Umbra, you're a demon? I don't know, I thought you were a god or something, damn. Right, Shady Sands, hello, welcome in. My name is Demi Enigma, I'm an Eldritch Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. I can't believe it, Umbra's been a demon this whole time. He's not even horny. Stop, I'm going to hell. But anyway, welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm enjoying completely normal interaction between friends. How are you? Because her care skeleton. Such a great name. Oh, goodness. Hi, Coco Casta. Welcome in. Not all demons have horns. Damn. I feel like I got lied to. It's like doing well, just gaming a little. Nice. Hope the artists are going well. It's going great. I had a really dumb idea, and because I spent like 2 hours talking about lore, I decided I should at least spend like 30 minutes doing actual art, so this art stream isn't a complete lie. You've been running back to fantasy slowly and steadily. Fantasy can get really, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't read books, but I do read books, but I kind of don't. I feel that very I very much feel that. Like, for example, today I was reading Barney the Vampire, which I haven't gotten very far in it because I got, you know, distracted by the Henry ejaculating at his dad. But like, it's an interesting story because I do like to read the vampire classics. Like, Camilla is still the only book I've read that actually fucking scared me. And she just went through a door. Like, I don't know, something about the mood or something. Oh, Jesus. What is this? You do a little bit of writing and then I scroll on Twitter for 2 hours. You read books when they're angry enough to hold your attention. Sometimes they're so bad I quit. Which that reminds me, I normally, should have done some writing today, I see. Another JoJo stand I made is that I really like is called Karma Chameleon. Oh my god. His power is that it can delay the impact of physical attacks and can even move them around. Oh, so you can either wait for the impact to be on the right spot in time, or store them all for a powerful singular strike. Interesting. Right now I'm more into writing surrealist stuff, not really sci-fi, not really... Wait, did you say ejaculate? I remember reading a vampire book that was part of a series. I don't remember what it's called. It's probably Anne Rice or whatever, the Vampire Chronicles. Oh, say Pulse. Hello. I'll do some tomorrow. Okay, that's good. So the whole ejaculation thing, it actually just stood for yelling at, or, you know, it's like an expletive, you know? But like, I'm reading this goddamn old-timey book, and then just randomly is just like, Henry ejaculated. I'm like, what? What? I died. Like, and I've been trying to read Bernie the Vampire for a long time. Like, I'm just the part, I keep forgetting that if you, remember kids, if you're in a freaking old-ass vampire novel, and your name is Flora or Laura, you are not gonna have a good time. You will be blonde, and vampires will try to kill you. It's just the way it is. People use Sherlock Holmes, I'm so done. So I did hear, yeah, you did hear me right. But it's kind of like how gay used to me, like, was old-timey speak for happy. Well, ejaculate is another old-timey way of saying you yelled at somebody. I ejaculated just now. I am a juvenile. I'm an idiot. Oh god. Watson was a premature. For sure I'm going home. Oh my god. Okay, I'll stop saying that now. But it was just really funny. It was just so funny. I cannot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I want to just add that in my regular vocabulary, so when someone yells at me in a game, I'm like, stop ejaculating at me! And they're like, what? Whoa, what? Anyway. Oh lord, so you might not be allowed to ask chat a question about a future D&D campaign of mine. Not right now, because one, I'm going to be ending stream soon, possibly, and two, I don't know enough about D&D to keep people wrangled in, so no. Like, if you want to pitch anything, please do it in the server if you must. I don't know, you could probably talk about it in, like, the game channel or whatever. Ow. What's that? Oh boy. I'm just popping into random streamers, and I just wanted to say that you are a beautiful individual, and I hope that you have even more success than you already have in the streaming future. You have such a cute model, and I love your color scheme as well as your dichromatic hair color. Oh my god, reading that made my head hurt. A big word hurt my head. Anyway. Your art is also adorable, dearie, and I wish you much success. Thank you so much, the Soggy Seal. It's greatly appreciated, even if I'm kind of a bitch sometimes. But thank you so much for popping by. I love using outdated words. So fun. Played a little on my cowboy book. Would definitely do it for comedy noir. Like, I do like just random old like words sometimes because they're just so fucking weird. Like. Or when I'm like reading old fiction, because again, I do read like old ass fiction sometimes because I hate myself, and they'll say something and I'm like, what's going on here? What's happening? But still, have fun. But yay! Now that I've drawn art, I'm gonna go back to just chatting again like an asshole. Oh wait, let me make sure I save this. Because that'd be a shame if we went through all this and I didn't even fucking save it. Oh yeah, no, I have to do a little bit more, I have to do a little bit more, work on here. Go. Yes. As it contemplates how he even got here. He's like, eh. Oh god. Everything is so funny to me. There we go. Yes. Ah, good. Nice work, thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Bubbles. Bye. Points Dragon. It's like Dragoon. Hey, Maple, how you doing? How you doing? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Okay. I think, yeah. Okay, now it's done. Now it's done. Had a just some slight variation there. It looks so freaking dorky, I love it. Like ridiculous. Ah. Are you guys ready for my anniversary of this Saturday? I'm ready for my anniversary this Saturday. I'm just gonna chat for 6 hours talking about the 2 years of horror. There's a Canadian lady called Tanya Huff. She wrote a series of vampires you might enjoy, possibly. I do technically like vampire fiction. Technically. Like, I forgot how much I love Camilla. The secret lesbian horror that I was. I don't know, like, the character Camilla was so fascinating for the time period. You know? Yeah, it's gonna just be 6 hours of me rambling. No joke. It's a lady detective, let's see, that's half blind, and the vampire makes cash by writing those spicy spicy novels. Like, he's like, I kind of love that. I gotta check that out. Woo, just sitting around and talking. Oh, thank God, you just came in time for Camilla. Camilla is such a fascinating book. Like, people, like, she is definitely a vampire classic, so people do have her show up in things from time to time. But I honestly liked Camilla way more, especially because, like, you know, the blonde ingenue that keeps getting mauled by vampires all the time. She definitely, they definitely had this kind of pseudo-lesbian thing going on. But we have to protect, I think her name is Laura, because it's always Laura or Flora. But, like, the strong men had to protect Laura from being, I don't know, romanced by this vampire sexy brunette. And Camilla came along before Dracula. Yeah, Camilla is older than Dracula. Which I'm like, why don't people like this more? Other than, I guess, the lesbian, like, tones. Because I'm like, is it really undertones? Because Camilla's pretty blatant in her lesbianism. I just love that she's not scary, but she's not scary because she's lesbian. Like, I need to read it again because I kid you not, despite me like reading Lovecraft, despite me reading a lot of books, I don't know, there was this one scene in Camilla that scared the fuck out of me, and it's just her leaving the room. But I don't know, something about it scared the fuck out of me for a while. Like, not enough to have nightmares or anything, because she's just a pretty brunette. But I think just the way it was written was so fucking creepy. But I loved it. I just really liked Camilla. Like, I'm too much of a hipster to read Anne Rice, but like, I did love Camilla. I'm gonna get through Varney the Vampire and I'll let you guys know how it is. So far, other than the whole, you know, ejaculation thing, so far, like, Varney the Vampire, which is actually another classic vampire where a lot of tropes actually come from, because I love reading trope namers. But Varney is so far as interesting, because so far a vampire attacks Flora and her brothers are like, oh no, and like the groundskeeper or whatever's like, oh no, and a doctor's like, oh no, and she's just like, I have a woman's madness, and like her brother's just like, your brother's like, and like the groundskeeper's like, Lord Henry, I wanna, you look, okay, I'm gonna be straight with you, dog. I think she's attacked by a vampire. And then Henry's like, oh, vampire? What do you mean? And he's like, I mean, it looked weird. You shot it. And like, there was blood everywhere, you know? And he's like, okay, but we're gonna keep it a secret between just you and me. We can't tell my weirdly nerdy Twinkie brother. And then like the Twinkie brother shows up and he's just like, guys, I think she got bit by a vampire. And he's like, fuck. Okay, All right, so maybe, but I'm gonna go to the doctor, but don't tell anybody. He goes to the doctor, and on the way to the doctor, some random guy's like, hey, Henry? He's like, hi. He's like, so what's this about your sister being attacked by a vampire? He's like, God damn it. Like, it's like a secret for literally 2 seconds, and then everybody in town knows that she got attacked by a vampire. But this is a situation where it's just supposed to be folklore. But surely it cannot be a thing. But the thing that kills me, right? Because you know how every book has like, and I'll read your comments in a minute. But every like vampire classic has where the tropes come from. My ass is sitting here reading this, and they're like, even if a vampire is dead because this guy got shot and fell off a wall or something. Which they're sure he died even though they couldn't find the fucking body. But apparently in this goddamn book, if the full moon shines upon the body of a vampire, even if it's dead, it'll just come back to life like nothing happened. Just moonbeam the dead body and it's fine. I'm like, how OP is this goddamn vampire? That was my thought. Just like, man, this is an OP vampire, damn. Like, oh my god. Anyway, when anybody leaves, oh god, no, please come back. I want you to ruin my life. Oh lord. Like, think of the story of Camilla came out. It was supposed to be a whole scary story on the dangers of being a lesbian. While has a great piece of sapphic writing. It is, like, I normally don't find many, like fictions like that. So Camilla caught me off guard with it being secret sexy lesbians, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm all for this. Camilla's great. Spoiler alert, bad stuff happens to Camilla and she's no longer with us. But I headcanon that she just escaped. The moon, you know what? The moon landed on Camilla and she's I'd love to do a book club monster fucker literature with you sometime. I would love to read more like monster romance at this fucking point. Like, you might as well. He got better. Don't worry, Varney, you just need the moon. Never underestimate the power of a mood light. Oh my god, no, a certain novel about vampire. Oh Jesus. Honestly, in my opinion, she deserves more recognition. She really do. Camilla is just, and I like what I liked about Camilla is there's a song I heard once. But in the song, which this is again, I don't necessarily seek out things because I never know how to search for them without getting the weird crap first. But there's this one song called, I think it's called I'll Be a Better Boyfriend or something. But it's a song about a woman who sounds basically like Camilla. And she's basically talking or singing about this girl she meets at a bar. And she's basically saying, I'd be a better boyfriend for you. You know? Because this young lady was left alone at a bar or club or whatever. And she's like, I'd never do that to you. I'd be a better boyfriend. I'd be a better lover. And we'd be able to share clothes. You should come home with me. And I'm like, girl, I don't know what your sexuality is, but leave with that lesbian. I would leave with her. Like, damn. And I'm asexual. Like, I know. I'm like, damn. That's a Riz right there. That's what kids say, right? The Riz. The Riz. She got Rizzle-D. She got Rizzle-D-Dizzled. That's what they say, right? Rizzle-D-Dizzle. I love that song so much. Anyway. While I love Dracula, Camilla is very interesting and hasn't been done to death. Yeah, pretty much. Where Drac, we don't even really go into the real life inspiration. So I only tried writing Monster for like this year, and it seems like I did okay. Came up with 2 stories. Oh, I've written like none. I've written no such things, for I am a pure maiden that never writes weird smut about monsters. I would never. I don't even write about myself, me being a monster. I would never do such a thing. Not on my Christian server. Oh lord. But yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. Look up a series called Anita Blake? Hey, don't doubt me. Stop doubting me. Leave my spicy fiction out of this. Why not be a monster? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, there's this one, okay. I don't want you to judge me. Don't judge me. I order you not to judge me. But, I heard it and I kind of want to read it. There's even an audiobook version, which makes everything automatically worse because someone has to narrate this. It's a book about minotaurs and I kind of, not the all caps O, but like it's about this lady working on she gets a job at a minotaur ranch to help with them their needs. And like, I kind of want to know what I'm so regular Greek tale, no. This is just your regular average red-haired lady. I think she's on the thicker side, but you know, she's like, she lives in a world where magical beings exist, and there's a minotaur farm where they just, you know, do minotaur things, and there's a job opening to help. And I'm like, what is this? I kind of want to know. Holy cow, thank you. Are you sure you want us looking at the semi? I'm not gonna bring it up because then you can't get me for anything. It's very interesting, Tommy. I was 2 a.m. It's a novel. I don't know if it's a series, but it is definitely a novel. Are they intelligent? Did they unite? I don't know if they unionize, but it's like intelligent because she talks to them. Sammy, I'm scared of you. Don't be scared. Fear not. I will not tell you in detail the hilariousness that I plan on reading. Because, okay, this will surprise literally no one. But I like reading stupid smut. Like, the smut that's just really, really stupid. Just top tier, satirical, really dumb, stupid smut. I love it because it's just so ridiculous. It's just really funny. Like, because I don't know, like, even though yes, it's still smut, but it's just done so funnily of like, it's always a really dumb situation being like, oh no, I like, where the characters are hyper aware of how dumb their situation is, you know, being like, oh no, I'm a Frankenstein's monster, and the only way to solve this problem is for you to take my disembodied member and like do stuff with it. That's the only way to break the witch's curse upon my body. Yes, that happened in an actual book. But anyway, like, it was so stupid. Like, why? Like, I'm just like reading this on the bus and I'm just like dying. Because it's so absurd. Like, it's so absurd, and I'm like, this is so good. This is so good. It's not even sexy, it's just stupid. Don't bonk me! No! Okay, I'll be good, I'll be good. But the point is, vampires are cool. They do have very interesting storytelling. Anyway. Oh man. So many bonks though. But no, but yeah, hashtag, I actually do really like Camilla. Camilla is a beautiful classic. I'm reading Barney the Vampire, which is another classic. I forgot which tropes originate with Barney, but it's so interesting so far just because I kind of want to know what they're going to do, because all obviously Varney is the vampire, obviously. But the main protagonist, who I think is named Henry, who's the brother of Flora, which the way they describe Flora in this fucking novel is really awkward, because they're like, she's totally an adult, you guys, and I'm like, I think she's 14. Because they describe her in that really, you know how things were back then, where she still has like a childlike face or whatever, but she's starting to develop, and I'm like, she's 13, isn't she? That makes this entire thing way worse. But yeah, so I'm like at this point where I'm like, they moved her to another room, so I'm trying to see what happens, because again, no one ever talks about Varney, so I'm very curious to know what type of tropes originated with this story. Because Varney the Vampire is actually fucking old as hell, apparently. So it's gonna be interesting. Because I enjoyed Camilla, and I am technically enjoying Varney the Vampire. I'm just so curious to see what happens. Not Barney, Varney with a V. Because he's a vampire. He's not a vampire. He's like, hello, I'm Barney the Vampire. I ban people. Someone should call their fucking mod team the Vampires. Oh lord, I'm also Carney the Campire. I'm going to hell, someone stop me. Anyway. Now I noticed that Castlevania anime had a vampire named Varney, and now I understand he came from a book. Really? They have Varney? One second, before I end stream, I'm gonna Google this. One second. Castlevania Varney. Let me see what he looks like. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's kind of how he's described in the novel, I think. But I'll see when I get there. Well, Coco Caster, obviously you need to make that. You need to dress up as Alucard and or Trevor or one of the Belmonts. You need to be Castlevania. The only time I can remember Camilla being a reference is in media for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, of all things, with a vampire called Camula. Yes, the vampires in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Okay, cool. Funny enough, Camilla shows up in a lot of places. She shows up in the Fate franchise. There's a Camilla there. She's obviously in Castlevania, because you got Camilla there, who honestly, I swear to God, it's just Camilla has black hair instead of white hair. But then I guess the Camilla in there is older and dead. Because Camilla herself was basically like more or less a teenager. Which kind of makes her super tragic if you think about it. Because she basically died and became a vampire as a teenager. Poor girl! She had her sexual awakening and then she died. Anyway. And then you got Varney and then you got fucking Dracula. That is very sad. Rip Camilla, we love you. Anyway, she was girl bossing before girl bossing was cool and or stupid. Anyway, let me go on ahead and end the stream here. Today was fun, even though it got weird at the end. Just ignore the last 30 minutes. Okay, let me find out who we are going to raid. Who are we raiding today? Let's say. Goddamn stupid features, get away from me. Let's go with excuse me. Who do I wanna raid today with my oh wait, we got Tayo. Tayo's existing. Tayo, how long have you been existing? Yes, we shall bother Tayo. Tayo Devil. She is adorable as fuck for some reason. Like, goddamn, she is so cute. She's cute, but she is also a sexy woman. She is also like Gummy Zoshi. And partner. Anyway. What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Red. Fuck, wait, no. First, we, do this. And then we get her name. The Tail Devil. It's like French or whatever. Man, I am so paranoid I'm gonna accidentally click on one of these stupid knock things. Like, oh my god, I do not like these things. I'm scared I'm gonna accidentally click on one. I'm like, I don't want to invade somebody's freaking thing. Like, goddamn. Raid. And finally, my other raid message for those of you that do not follow, which is completely fine as soon as I find it. But I think today was fun. I did a lot of yapping. I'm not going to apologize because I will yap again. And I will continue to yap and no one can stop me. Oh god. Anyway. Okay. Oops. Almost put in the wrong spot. Well, I'm glad you had fun. There will be more lore because I have a problem. I'm gonna tag Catsy in this. He'll be fine. Anyway, I love you all. You're all wonderful. Thank you so much for stopping by. This was a very fun time. I will be streaming again on Friday, and my oh, there goes my spine. And my second anniversary stream, which will be probably 6 hours unless I chicken out, will be on Saturday. So thank you so much for your time. Make sure to be good, behave, and don't be a menace. And out the window we go. Bye. Love you all. Goodbye. Love you. Bye. Bye. And if you are on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh boy.